Hello everybody! Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you're all doing well. To all of my Canadian friends out there, happy Canada Day. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's been enjoying the 777. But alas, we have something new. I can't believe it. I feel like we've been waiting just forever to have more options of aircraft in this simulator, and within 1 week we have the PMDG 777, and we've got the MD-11 by our good friends over at TFDi. Shout out to TFDi for sending me over this aircraft a little bit early, as promised. Months and months and months ago, we spoke about me potentially getting this aircraft and being able to stream it to you before it goes live to the wonderful community here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this aircraft is releasing tomorrow. I don't know at what point it's releasing, but the aircraft is releasing at some point tomorrow. So if you are interested in picking up the MD-11, keep your eyes out. Tomorrow, it will be available. AJ, good to see you. Motion Man, welcome back. Skyworker, good to see you. Maximilian, welcome back. Tony Baldo's in the house, good to see you. Julian, good to see you. Haycon, good to see you. Steven Zahn, good to see you. Captain Crystal, welcome. Aviation Blaze, good to see you. Unrealistically Stupid, welcome back. Captain Nolan, good to see you. Justin, good to see you. Captain Bubbles, welcome back, man. Hope you're doing well. Kyle Lewis, good to see you. Sean Cassis, welcome back. CJ, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. COVID's gone. Yeah, it only lasted maybe like 4 or 5 days. feeling much better now. Tro is here. Good to see you. Vaj is here. Good to see you. Christian, good to see you. Sanders, good to see you. Mofo, welcome back. Grant, good to see you. JR, good to see you. Nismo, welcome back, my friend. Av Polo, good to see you. IYR, welcome. Gary P's in the house, good to see you. Matthias, welcome. Leonard Grant, good to see you. Jamie, good to see you. Bearded Yeti, welcome back, my friend. Spinning Guy, good to see you. I am doing well, thank you for asking. Dominic's here, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Nick Zine, good to see you. RJ Luke, good to see you. 777, good to see you. Camel, good to see you. Sklit, good to see you. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hang out with me this afternoon. Really do appreciate you. Today's going to be a shorter stream than we've had all week. I feel like the shortest stream that we had was like 5 or 6 hours this week. So, it should be a fun one. Nonetheless, we're here on the ground in Ontario. We're going over to Okland, and we're going to do the return trip as well. A pretty common MD-11 route. Looks like right now they're doing it in the 767, but I've also seen the MD-11 on this route as well. So it should be a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to this one. First and foremost, I would just like to point out I have done 3 practice flights. I did 3 flights yesterday with this aircraft. My landings are absolutely horrendous. I got to get used to flying with all that weight on the back, all that extra engine. It makes flaring and just flying the aircraft very different than the 777 that we've been flying all week. So if my landings are not up to par today, please don't hate on me. I promise you that we will be flying this aircraft again next week. As we kind of split next week between the 777 and the MD-11 as well. So more cargo ops next week. Probably on Thursday we'll do some cargo ops, and then I think we're going to maybe do a long haul or 2 in the 777 on the weekend, next weekend. So Thursday you can keep your eye out for the MD-11. Should be a lot of fun. My goal today is landings under 300 feet per minute. Again, 3 landings yesterday, all around 350, 400 foot per minute. A little bit of thumpers in this bad boy yesterday. So my goal today, anything under 300 foot per minute, and I am going to be a happy boy. Is this aircraft free? No, this aircraft is not free. I believe it's going to be 70 USD per variant. You might get a discount, I think, if you get like one of the variants and then you add the passenger, but I could see a lot of people just picking up the freighter, to be honest with you. That's the only thing that I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in doing any passenger ops in the MD-11. Those haven't happened for many moons now. So for me, I'm only interested in doing the cargo ops here in the MD-11. We've got some really cool options that we can use. We can also do some long hauls in this aircraft as well. They do take this aircraft across the Atlantic, across the Pacific. So some really fun and cool flights, I'm sure, that we can get prepped and planned for this one. Without further ado, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy programmed, ready to rock and roll. Let you guys hear the sounds and everything that is the MD-11. This thing is a dinosaur. If for those of you that don't know, I'm sure a lot of you in chat know about the MD-11 and know how old it is and kind of how the systems work and stuff like that. Also, if you see me doing anything wrong, it's probably been about 3-4 years since I've flown an MD-11. So if you see me doing anything wrong, please point it out. I will do my best to correct it. I'm just flying it based off of other YouTube videos that I've seen, other streams, and just my very basic general knowledge of the McDonnell Douglas series. The MD-80, the MD-11 kind of, this is more of a mashup between like a Boeing and a Airbus and a McDonnell Douglas. It's a little bit weird. So does FedEx still use the MD-11? Oh yes, they do, man. FedEx, UPS still heavily rely on the MD-11 to get cargo around. Mark is here, good to see you, man. Strody's here, good to see you. Victor's here, good to see you, man. Grant, good to see you, dude. Hopefully they start on a 717. That would be awesome. Yeah, for sure, that would be absolutely fantastic. Literally flying Panda Express. Let's get some egg rolls. Andy, good to see you, man. I go for some orange chicken. Some orange chicken and some Beijing beef. Ooh, my favorite at Panda Express, man. The Beijing beef slaps. Those 2 carriers are the ones that use this regularly. Correct, yes. There are some other airlines that use the MD for cargo, but yeah, those are the 2 biggest operators of the MD-11. Wait, Cap, didn't you tell me to get some Subway for today? I mean, you can get Subway if you'd like, sure. Sad day once there's no more MD-11s flying in a couple of days. Wait, what do you mean? No more MD-11s flying? They're not retiring them, are they? I don't think that's correct. Zachary, my man, dropping the $5 donation. Thanks so much, man. Really do appreciate you, Zachary. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you for starting off the day with the $5 donation. Huge no floaties to you in chat, guys. Let's get some love in chat for Mr. Zachary dropping the 5 bomb. Thank you, dude. They are retiring them. FedEx should be retired around 2028. Okay, well, we still got years of flying. That's still 4 or 5 years of flying this. So, didn't you fly the Rotate MD-11 a year or two ago on pre-release?
Love to see the MD-11 finally in the sim. Happy Monday, Captain.
Yes, absolutely. Dcar, if you think about it this way, man, I've been using Microsoft Flight Simulator for 4 years. We're coming up on 4 years. I'm pretty sure the Rotate MD-11 came out probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been that long since I've flown an MD, man. It's been a real long time. So how much is the MD-11? I believe it's going to be $69.99 for this exact variant. There's 2 variants. You've got the passenger variant and you've got the cargo variant. I believe that they're separate add-ons. I think you have to have one to have the other, so there might be a discount. But if you just want to buy one, like the freighter variant, I believe it's going to be $70.
Base package $70, cargo or packs $10 for the other version, and late 2024 for an extended version is another $5.
There you go. So there you go. So $70 for the base, $10 if you want to add a passenger or the freighter variant, and then $5 down the line for an expanded series of the MD-11. Pricing is not that bad. I remember when they first announced the pricing, I think it was like they were going to charge like $100 or something like that. I think it was like $99.99 is what they originally going to charge. So for $70, I feel that this is a steal. You'll be able to see the texturing, the modeling, the sounds are all fantastic. Again, my only complaint after 3 flights, and again, this is probably on me, is just that how different it flies compared to like the 777 or the 737 and stuff like that. It is very, very light on the controls, meaning very easy, shallow flares. Again, though, I think that's kind of just more towards the design of the MD-11. Don't forget you have this massive engine on the tail. Yeah, I will let you guys decide. There's tons of content out there as well. There's tons of videos. There's tons of streams. So hopefully I can aid in your purchase, whether you think that this is worth it or not. I will let you guys all decide.
Glad to be back here. Can you ship me a Canadian sub? I want it toasted with loads of bacon.
Toasted.
Enjoy, bud.
You need that great Canadian club. Huge no floaties to you, Captain Lee. Thank you for your support, my friend. I appreciate you. Until it kills you on final. Correct, AJ. Yes, absolutely. That's the one thing, right? Is on departure, it's so light on the controls, but when you're coming in on arrival, my goodness me, man, do you feel that ass end of the airplane? You really got to give it a flare. And like I said, our goal today is to not destroy any runways here in Ontario and Okland. If we make out the day without destroying any runways, I am a happy, happy man. So without further ado, let me turn the sounds up. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get it powered up. Let's get it ready to rock and roll. It is sitting cold and dark. You can see that we've already got our load on there, so we are fully loaded up. So let's get this bad boy ready to rock and roll. Cool. First thing is first, inside the cockpit. Here it is, friends. The MD-11, the old dinosaur, we like to call her. As you can see, it's kind of like a mashup between like a Boeing and a I don't even know, a Boeing and an MD, and like kind of some Airbus logic in here a little bit as well, but it is old. She's a dinosaur. But the texturing, the modeling, the kind of the wear and tear, like, I mean, look at the yoke, look at how used, and the ground pedestals and stuff like that. It is, you can tell that this airplane has been through some fun times. So really, really like the texturing, the modeling, the sounds are absolutely fantastic. So comes with an EFB, obviously. We've got the doors open. The EFB is okay. Not the best EFB that I've used, but also not the worst. It does everything that you need it to do. It's got your, obviously you got your dispatch, so I can import my flight plan. There's our flight plan from Ontario to Okland. You've got your payloads. You can set your payloads. You can do that. You got your performance calculator, which is important for flaps and flex temperatures and all that fun stuff. You've got your charts access as well. I just use Navigraph here, so I don't, oh, we didn't even load our flight. Import flight from SimBrief, this one. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, so you can sign into SimBrief. You can have your charts all up on here if you would like. That's it. You've got your services. Obviously, this is for GPU and nose weights and ASUs and wheel chocks and all of your doors, and you can do all that fun stuff as well. And then obviously you've got your panel states. So you've got cold and dark, ready to start, ready to fly, and you can load last save. So if you want to set a Let's say you want to, every time you load into the aircraft, you want ground power connected, but you want the aircraft to be on, like in a turnaround state. You can also save that as well. And then, of course, you got all your options in here as well. You've got your systems, you've got your cause, you've got your performance, all kinds of cool things that you can mess around with and play around with there. So that is what the little tablet's doing. Also, you can hide the tablet. You just click the little power button and the tablets are gone on both sides. We'll probably do that when we're flying. Window doesn't open. A lot of people I know are probably going to be asking me if the window opens. The window doesn't open. I don't know if they plan on making it so that the window opens, but and then we'll go ahead and just connect that for now. Cool. First thing is first, we've got Zachary with another $5.
Pallets of bagged milk are we transporting?
Lots. Lots of bagged milk. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Performance is great. No real issues so far, man, that I've found. Performance has been really good. Obviously, my simulator is running optimally right now with me using add-on linker now and really only installing sceneries that I'm using. So no complaints from me as far as performance. Everything seems to be running great. You've obviously got my FPS down here in the bottom right corner. You can keep an eye on that. Also note that Ontario is pretty heavy when it comes to performance. Both airports, actually. Ontario by Vertical Sim, and then we've got Okland by BM Sim AM World. And we already know the performance at the BM Sim AM World sceneries are not the best. So heavy performance at either end. Flying last night, I don't think I really went below 65, 70 FPS. So yeah. Where do you get the MD-11 liveries? I believe that it ships with some liveries, but there's a ton of liveries up on flightsim.to as well. So if that's what interests you, yeah. How do you configure your throttles? I can see myself binding 2 engines to 1 axis. That's exactly what I did, Will. So if you look here, I've got engine 2 and 3 bound to 1 throttle control, and then I've got engine 1 bound to a separate control. So 2 and 3 are bound together and 1 is bound together, and that's just making it simplistic for me so that I didn't have to worry about setting up 3. If you want to spend the time to set up 3, it's not difficult at all. You just go into the Microsoft settings and a couple things done there and you're good to go. Where is Okland? Okland is in California. Honeycomb Bravo comes in clutch with me. Yeah, absolutely. It's a new month, Captain. You're right, it is. Sorry, let me clear that out. I meant to clear that out before stream. We'll clear that out. We've got a new month, new leaderboard. There we go. All right, friends, cool. First things first, overhead. Let's go ahead and get the external power on. And we'll get the battery switch on. Hear the systems come to life. Bitchin' Betty's going to start yelling at us. Let's get some overhead brightness. Good. Get some glare shield brightness. Good. And we'll come down here. Get some floodlights. Get some panel brightness. Beautiful. All right, cool. Adheres. Left side. Right side. Center. There she goes, bitchin' Betty. She's already yelling at us, friends. Adheres are aligned, beautiful, or aligning. Everything looks good there. As far as the overhead goes, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The only like cool thing or different thing is the APU start is like all the way up here. It's pretty much the only other thing. Other than that, it's an MD-11. Everything is a little bit weird. Almost some things seem like an afterthought, to be honest with you. Just the way that things are done. First thing is first, we can go ahead and get our nav lights on. We can get our logo lights on here as well. So nav and logo lights are on. We can flip the no smoking and fasten seatbelts to the auto position for now as well. We can arm our emergency exits. Sounds are really nice. You can hear there's a nice click. There's a nice sound to everything. Really, the only sounds that I don't like are the reverse thrust sounds. It kind of just happens immediately. Hopefully, they're going to be able to kind of tweak those a little bit and make them just so they're a little bit more not so like aggressive in your face. You'll hear it once we land and we open up reverse thrust. It almost seems like a fighter jet going into like a Mach loop or something. You'll see exactly what I mean. So, tried loftless scaling for the first time yesterday. Absolute game changer. Awesome, mate. Glad you're enjoying it. You don't have to use that APU start. You can click the APU power in the center overhead. Yeah, you can do that as well, AJ. You can click this one right here. This is the APU power. That will also fire up the APU, but I prefer doing it up over here just because it's something a little bit different. Okay, first things first. Let's actually go over to the electronic flight bag. So we've got all of our weights and balances. You can see our block fuel. You can see our en route fuel burn, contingencies, taxi fuels. We've got our zero fuel weight 196, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. We're only about 8,000 kilograms or about, 14,000 pounds off of the weight of the 777 that we were flying yesterday. A lot of our 777 zero fuel weights have been sitting around 202, 203. So pretty crazy to see just how big this aircraft is. Again, looking at like the wing views and stuff like that, it is one of those stubby wubbies. There is they did mention it. There's an issue right now. I don't know what's going on. There's a texture missing here. Should be like the Fedex things, but obviously they're not there. So I have contacted them, and they do know about that. So I would expect by release that little missing texture there should be gone. Benny, 30 months. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very, very much for your support. Truly do appreciate you, man. 30 months. Thank you, buddy. It's incredibly kind. Really do appreciate you. Okay, first things first. Let's come down here. I'm going to send a flight plan to FMC. So there's our flight plan. It's already been sent, and we're going to set payload and fuel. Again, super easy, one tap
I'm going
kind
to
of
enjoy being on the
integration.
leaderboard for a small bit. Lol.
Hey, my
but this
man.
deserves some subway.
We're gonna
Take
put
these donos
28
for a Canadian
bones.
club later tonight. Send me a pic too. It's
Thank
a
you,
must-see.
Appreciate you, Captain Lee. Huge no floaties to you, man. I will get you up on that leaderboard. Thank you, my friend. Up on the leaderboard, we're going to put you with 28 bones on the month. Top of that leaderboard, Captain Lee. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you, dude. And we're going to get Zachary second spot with his 10 bones. Get Zachary up here. $10. There we go. Cool, sweet, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We got Pilot Mitchell coming back into business class. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support as well. Appreciate you, dude. That's incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Really do appreciate that. What is the best way to learn VATSIM? Watching tutorial videos. Also depends how fast you learn, right? If you're one of those people that like has to learn like by doing things, then just log on the network and go somewhere where it's not that busy. If you don't mind watching tutorials and watching videos and streams on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, that's also a great way to do it. So, well, how big the airliner deprived we were for a long-haul MD-11 and 777 release within 7 days. It's absolutely crazy, Will. We've waited 3.5 years to get aircraft of this quality and of this magnitude, right? So pretty crazy. Okay, cool. Everything is set there. We're done with the tablet for now. So let's come down here to the let's come down here to the MCDU, the CDU, the FMC, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go directly to the FMC tab. We're going to go to flight plan init. Good. You can see here Ontario to Okland. It's already pulled itself up, which is great news. Our alternate airport today is going to be Sacramento, so KSMF. We'll throw that into our alternates. Good. Cruise level today, we're going up to 32,000 feet initially. So we're going to bug up 320. You can do step climbs in this aircraft as well. So our initial altitude will be 320, and we'll obviously go from there. Kieran, thank you very much, man. 15 months as HCAP. Pleasure to see the old MD-11. Love your vids. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the kind words. Glad you're enjoying the content. And thank you very much for 15 months as a business class member, man. I truly do appreciate you. Thank you so much. FedEx 1839 is the call sign for the first leg. So we'll throw that in there. We're going to go ahead and initialize the IRS. Give it about, I think it's like 7 minutes or something like that for the IRS to align. Cost index this morning, initially, we're going to go with 45. So we'll bump up 45 on the cost index. Temperatures and winds, I don't know if that works, but we can try that out. There's a couple things that I haven't been able to figure them out. 49 Whiskey dropping the $20 donation. Huge no floaties to you, 49 Whiskey. Thank you very much for support, sir. I will add you up on the leaderboard. Temperatures and winds. Where am I going to get that data? It's going to be right here. So it's what is it? So temperatures and winds. I don't know if that's going to be at like cruise altitude. You know what? I'm just going to leave that blank. I haven't been doing that, so I'm just going to leave that blank for now. If we go to next page, you can see we've got all of our weights and balances. So we've got our tow weight, which is 214.6, gives us a zero fuel weight of 196.1. That is exactly matching what SimBrief is giving me here as well, so that's great. Block fuel today, we've got 18.8, good, and then we've got our zero fuel weight CGs of 27.5. We've got our takeoff CG weight of 28.0. Beautiful. So that's our init weights done on that page, and then we go to our third page, and this is all just fuel. We don't need to worry about this. We've already refueled, but you can check fuel, and you can do some pretty cool things within the FMC here. Cool. Other than that, let's go directly to our flight plan page. We're going to go to Ontario. We're going to go standard instrument departures. We are planning for the Sunshine 5 departure with the Childerz transition, and we're going to expect 26 right for departure. We'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. That gets our flight plan in there. Let's scroll all the way down. We're going to go to Okland. We're going to go to our arrivals, star. We are going to be on the MZO 3 arrival with the R Good transition, and we're going to expect the ILS runway 30 from Franny. If you're wondering how I got all that information, flown in Okland many times, I just know that that's the arrival. But if you want me to show you here, you can look. The MZO 3 arrival takes us all the way out here. You can see you've either got my calf or you've got Franny, which is the final waypoint leading up into the ILS runway 30, and that is how we've come to the conclusion of that. If you also open up the ILS chart for runway 30, you can see that Franny is the first waypoint on the intercept down and in. Beautiful. Other than that, everything looks good for the flight plan. We'll scroll through. We'll make sure that everything looks good, which it does. You can see Franny, Big PD, then Franny, then Wuvon, then Maito, and then we're in for runway 30. Perfect. Everything looks good there. I'm happy with that. We can then go over back to the init-ref tab, and we can just make sure that everything looks good in here. We've got 320. All of that looks good. All of this has been plugged in as well. Weights and balances. The aircraft knows exactly how heavy it is, and then everything else looks good through that page. Beautiful. We go to our takeoff and departure page now, and here's where things get a little bit fun. Let's go to our performance calculator. We are departing Ontario. We are going to select runway 26 right for the departure. You can see it pulls up the runway length, so 3,718 meters. We're going to get the weather information. It is hooked up to, again, very smart. You don't really have to do much. You just kind of just one tap and everything gets in. As far as takeoff weights, we're going to click the button that says Get Tow. So you can see our tow weight, which is our total weight, is 214,631. Good for our takeoff weights. We're going to go with a thrust setting of flex. We're just going to use flex on that today. Anti-ice will be off. Flaps, we're going to select optimum, and we are going to depart with our packs on. No need to do a packs off departure. Very long runway here in Ontario. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit the calculate button. Pardon me. Once we've hit the calculate button, you can see that we've got a V1 of 132, a VR of 150, and a V2 of 162 knots. You can see we've got a flex temperature of 59 degrees, and yes, dial a flap, baby. We're going to be dialing a flap 20.5 degrees on our flaps. Some of you may not know what dial a flap is. I'll show you here in a second. It's pretty cool, and I believe it's pretty unique to the MD-11. I don't know if there's any other aircraft. There might be like maybe some of the old DC-9s or stuff like that may also have a dial-a-flap, but some people are not familiar with dial-a-flap, so it is a pretty cool little concept. Okay, let's get some numbers in here. So flexing of 59 today, so that's going to go right at the top. We're going to select flex of 59. You can see packs off. I don't know why it's saying packs off, but anyways, the N1's going to be 101.4. Good. Flaps were 20.5, so we'll select that. 20.5 on the flaps, yep, which is going to give us a stab trim of 4.9, so we'll have to make sure we set your flaps, your dial-a-flaps, and your stab trim. As far as our V-speeds go, we had 32, 50, 62. So 132, 150, and 162. Would have been nice if they added like a one tap, you know what I mean? Like you could just like press something down here and it would send that down to the FMC. Maybe that's something that they can do as well. Slope and wind. This is something that I have not been able to figure out. I'm obviously doing something different, but you would think like slope 0.1. Again, I'm not quite sure how to, if anybody knows how to do this and anybody knows what I have to put in here, but like even my outside air temperature of 24 degrees, like 24C, I don't, like, oh, there you go, 24C, I guess you have to put C. Slope is going to be, I believe that's a negative slope, so we can try and put that in here. So it's going to be down 0.1 and then slash winds. I don't know if that's our wind component. Wind component here is showing minus 0.14. So let me try this. Minus 0.14. Let's see if that goes in here. Format error. Okay. Down 0.1 slash. If anybody knows what I should be putting for the winds, please let me know in chat. But slash 2 for the winds. Is that what it would be? Or 24 or whatever it would be? Cap, do you still talk with Tollus Aircraft? No, I don't talk to Tollus. No down, it's not an Airbus. Well, it is, because the slope is down. It's a negative slope. So I think that's why you would do that. So the minus is next to the Z. Yeah. Oh. So what, does it have to be down minus 0.1? Like that? And then slash, what's HD1? Or do I just put minus 0.1 slash, and then so the headwind, I mean, the headwind component, no down, just put 0.1 on the slope. Okay, let me see if it'll populate that. Okay, that works, but then I just don't know what to do for the winds. The winds, if you look at that sim brief, it says that we've got a head component of 14. I don't know what that means. A headwind component of 14. So I don't know if you do, is it like where you do headwind 14? Is that what it is? Let me see if we can do slash HD 14. No, it doesn't like that one. We can put P14. We'll see if that works. Slash P14. Nope, doesn't like that one either. What if I just put slash 14? I wonder if that'll work. There we go. Does it automatically. Cool. And then it says check V speeds for takeoff. Okay, cool. Good. We've got all that in there now, chat. Thank you very much. I guess it does the headwind automatically if you just put like the 14. How would you do a tailwind though? If you have a tailwind, how would you do that? Although, you know what? That's probably not correct because that's just your headwind, which is only at 3 knots. Although this is saying a tailwind, it's not really. It's more of a quartering wind. So let me just put slash 3 because that's going to be your. There we go. We'll do that. That looks a little bit better. Okay, cool. You add a T for tailwind. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Anyways, we got that in there. That is the entire takeoff performance done on that bad boy. So we are looking good. Let's go to the overhead. Let's go ahead and spool up the APU. Get that bad boy ready to rock and roll. I think we're essentially good to go. Let me come down here. Let's go to our services. We're going to close the bulk door. I'm going to make sure that my park brake is on, which it is. Then I'm going to remove the wheel chocks. The bulk cargo door. I almost said bark door. Yeah, no problem. James, what's up, man? Happy Canada Day to you, my friend. Good to see you, dude. YouTube changed. Why do you keep getting ads? You get an ad every 30 minutes on YouTube now. Instead of it just being like spontaneous and random, every 30 minutes you've got an ad on the good old YouTube. Okay, everything's good there. We're just waiting for the APU to be on and available. It looks like the APU is on and available and ready to go. So what we can do is we can go ahead and remove the external power. Good. Then we'll come down here. We'll disconnect the GPU. Good. We'll go to GSX. We'll prepare for pushback and departure. By the way, full GSX integration, chat. I haven't had to do anything. It's been absolutely fantastic. A couple more things that we're going to need to do here before we depart. I'm just going to bug up lazy. I know I'm lazy, chat, but we're just going to bug up 32,000 feet. We have no ATC online here out of Ontario this morning, so we're just going to do that. Squawk code from Auto ATC is 10. I just had it 1032. So let's bug up 1032, 1032, and we're going to turn that on and reporting. I'm just going to go TA only 1032, and I'm going to turn it on. Good. TCAS is now on as well. You can hear the ground crew getting ready to go. They're about to connect the gear pin. Everything else looks good. What do we got here? Engine, ING not armed, and emergency power something off. Am I forgetting something? Yes, sorry. Arm the emergency power. Thank you. Okay, everything looks good. Let's get our red beacon light on. Seatbelts will get moved to the on position, and no smoke can stay in auto. And we're looking good. We can get our engine ignition system A on, which then gets all of your fuel pumps on. We're good to go. Heard the Pratt & Whitneys won't be on release build. Correct, Brandon. Yes, I believe the General Electric, the GEs, will be the only engines upon release, but the Pratt & Whitneys are coming. Excuse me. I did have a build version previous with the Pratt & Whitneys, but I believe that they've found an issue with the Pratt & Whitneys. I don't know if that's the... I don't know if that has to do with the fuel burn or just something's not accurate on them, so they've decided to pull them off. Independent FMCs, which is always nice. Confirm and check V-speeds. Yep, that's all done. And then we go to our... we're going to go nose left facing west, correct? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put this guy on the flight plan page. Go to flight plan. Beautiful. And then we'll leave that guy on the performance page. Good. Ready to go. You guys ready? Let's do it. Park brake comes off. Beautiful. Ignition system A is on. Does anybody know how to start the engines correctly? I don't want to upset anybody in chat today. Does anybody know how to start the engines correctly? My understanding was it is 3, 1, and then 2. Is that correct? 3, 1, 2. That's how I remember starting them. 3, 1, and then 2, the final engine up top. So I'm seeing a bunch of people in chat also saying Control E. Nice. Could you imagine? Hey guys, welcome to my stream. Oh man. Hello, our team sucks. That's all. Why? What happened, Birdie? Did we not sign anybody or did we sign anybody? Alright, so we're going to do 3, 2, 1 on the start, friends. Also, I don't know how to do block time. I don't see a chrono switch anywhere. I have no clue how to start block time. If anybody knows where the chrono switch is, that would be great, but haven't seen the chrono. Alright, cool. Old school. If you're not familiar with the MDs, you pull the bulb. There she goes, chat. She lights up like that. There's the bulb. Come down here to confirm that we do have a good N1 percentage and an N2 percentage rising. I believe it's 12%, and then you can introduce fuel. So we're going to introduce fuel to engine number 3. I will give you a nice wing view and shut up so you can enjoy it. David Perron at 2 years. He's 36. Interesting. Chikrin for Nick Jensen. Who the hell is Nick Jensen? And a 3rd round pick for Chikrin? Jesus. Why do the engines look glitchy? It's from Frame Gen Mod. Are we doing long hauls in this aircraft? I'm sure we will. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm sure we will. Okay. Engine number 1 to start. Good. N1 percentage rising, N2 percentage rising as well. Reggie, 15 months. Appreciate you, man. MD-11, my favorite plane as a kid. She's a beauty, dude. She is a beauty. All right, let's introduce fuel. Number 1. Good. Stamkos to Nashville, that's a weird one as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, Jamie, the thing that you have to understand about lossless scaling is it would only affect me. The thing with the Frame Gen mod is like you actually benefit from watching the streams, whereas if I use lossless scaling, I would be the only person to see it. You would not see anything as a stream viewer. It would still look like 30 FPS to you. Can you please do a flight to Alaska with the FedEx on this dyno? I'm sure we will. Yes, I'm sure we will. Chrono switch should be to your left of the cockpit by the iPad. Chrono switch left of the cockpit. Where? I mean, we can hide this, but...
Please set parking brake.
I don't see chrono switch anywhere. Park brake set. We've got 2 good engines. Let's start up the dinosaur, the big boy on the back. Pull it. N2 percentage rising. N1 is rising. Fuel off for now. And we'll introduce fuel. Number 3 on the big boy on the back. Number 2 oil pressure low. Good. She's spooling.
Unlocking gear.
It said timer? Am I blind? Oh, timer. Right here. So what, I push it? Oh. There it is, I guess, right?
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Down.
Left is clear.
I don't know.
Right is clear.
Switch it to the up position. Okay. And that should start counting up here. Is that what it is? Then push it. Ah, there we go. Okay. Well, now I know. Let me... How can I... Okay, that's... Okay. Now I know how to do it for flight time anyways. Now I can do it on the FO side for block time. So if I come over here and I go up and I push U. Okay, there we go. Now we've got block time on that guy. That seems to only... That's only going to do an hour though at a time, but the timer will count at liftoff automatically. Ah, well that's good then. I guess I need to fix this airplane because there's a problem with the glitching of the engines. It won't give realistic experience. Again, Worldwide Spotter Man, that's from the Frame Gen mod. I've explained that probably 15 times already today alone. That's from Frame Gen mod. That has nothing to do. Watch if I click out, look at the engines. Look how nice they look, right? So this isn't Frame Gen enabled, so yeah. Rumors Pinto wants out, and they haven't signed him yet. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know, man. I feel like he probably wants to sign as well, but I don't know. But anyways, that's without Frame Gen. You can see it runs much better, but as soon as I click in the Frame Gen, you can see that's just common with all Frame Gen right now. That's unfortunately one of the drawbacks when it comes to Frame Gen. Okay, dial a flap time, friends. Dial a flap, we were looking for 20.5. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here and you're going to get this going here, 20.5. We'll select that, 20.5. There's 21, that should be about 20.5 right about there. So then what you do is you select flaps 2, and then it will select a dial a flap range. Give you a beautiful wing view here of those flaps coming out, 20.5. What do you think about the 3-engine control? What do you mean, what do I think about it, Tamil? I think it's cool to have 3 engines. But yeah. So there's dial a flap, good. Let's get our auto brake over to Takeoff as well. So we've got that on there as well. And then down here, we should be looking good. We don't have any issues on there. Let's go to the overhead. I believe the APU turns off automatically once you have all 3 engines on as well, which is kind of cool. So we'll get our nose light over to taxi position, and we are looking good. Park brake can come off. I don't have any messages down here. It says spoilers. Do spoilers get armed for departure? I can't remember. Maybe they do. Anyways, there we go. We'll do that now. Let's start our taxi, friends, shall we? A couple other things that we have to do. We're looking at 162 on the rotation speed. So we're going to bug up 162. And then what we'll do is we shall 162. Good. What we'll do is we're going to go nav track and we're going to go profile mode. And you can see that it arms it in magenta. This is nav armed and profile armed. So that means that we are good to go, friends. And boy, oh boy, does this thing feel heavy on the ground. One thing that took me a little bit getting used to yesterday is just taxiing around. Don't try and turn this airplane if you're going over 10 knots, by the way, because she just won't turn. So, yeah. If you look at the PFD, you still haven't confirmed the V-speeds. Need to confirm them in the MIC-do. Just click the buttons next to the speeds. Yes, that's because I changed... we added some slope and some wind component. Once I get straight put away here, I'll do that for you, man. What's going on with the compass? What do you mean? What compass? Like the noise that you're hearing? That's just the old school mechanical compass spinning away. You get those in like the older 737s as well. You're basically teaching us how to fly this. Well, I'm glad, man, because you know what? I'm learning too. All right. It wants me to confirm the V-speeds, so we'll just confirm them. Make them big again. There we go. Those are all set. And then we need our trim. Takeoff trim was 4.9 stab trim. Oh, my bad. I'm holding the button down and it doesn't like that. Let me get lined up here. All right, cool. There we go. Stab trim 4.9. Stab trim is over here, 4.9. So we're going to select 4.9 on our stab trim. Here is 4.8, 4.9 on the stab trim. Beautiful. Cool. Ready to go. It seems stuck in a strange position. What, this thing? I don't even know where you're looking, man. Stab trim keeps you from dying. Correct. Yes. You are correct. It's the gyro spinning. Correct. Yeah. What throttles are you using for this game? So, Jay Savvy, I spoke about it earlier. I have throttles 3 and 2 bound together and throttles 1 together. So 2 throttles using one axis and the other one using the other one. Which is the easiest way I could do that. You're always a fan of American, Canadian routes. Would you go for Europe and fly in Microsoft? I fly all over the world, world spotter. I usually spend a week in North America and a week over in Europe. Southwest plane just departed. Nice. Got here like in the MD-11. How was the landing last night? Thumpy. But I am enjoying it. It's a handful. Definitely a handful to fly, that's for sure. When was the last go-around? I don't know. Not too long ago. Clunk? Oh yeah, she was clunky. That's for sure. CTAF frequency here in Ontario is 120.6. So we'll make sure that we're tuned on 120.6. Get our CTAF going. Don't need anybody yelling at me. CTAF is in 1206. Low-key really excited about 2024 career system. Sure. I mean, there's already some career systems. There's so many apps that you can get into Chemo. But, yeah. He's talking about the compass between the windows. The compass between the windows. Do you see... Oh, this one right here. Yeah, well, because you have to fold it down. That's just your backup, right? So it's in, like, the hidden position. But, yeah, you have to bring it down to look like that. You want an external view? Sure. There you go. Look at the behemoth. Sounds better than the 777? I would agree with you on that one. Yes. Default sounds right out of the bat. Yeah, I enjoy these ones. Yeah. I do agree. Looks like we've got somebody holding short. Ooh, 777 over there holding short. United, looks like. TFDi looks to have done a stunning job. I mean, the wear and tear on this aircraft, this just looks like an old airplane. The wear and tear, kind of like the dirt and the grime all around the aircraft as well. It's phenomenal. The wing textures, again, just old, worn. That's what I love, dude. That's like, you know, nothing irks me more than when developers decide to do like a classic airplane like this, and then it looks like it just came out of the paint shop last week. Like that's what irks me. So I love that they've kind of included some of that dirt and grime and made the aircraft look like it's just an old airplane. It's fantastic. You can tell that this old girl's been around the block. Yes, exactly. Friends, there's over 600 of us watching right now. Could you guys do me a huge favor and smash down that thumbs up button if you are enjoying the content? The reason why I ask is that is the easiest way for my flight sim content to be shared throughout the wonderful flight sim community here on YouTube. So if you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. Let's maybe set a goal. Can we hit 300 likes by the time we get this bad boy in the air? 300 likes would make me an extremely happy boy. Please do me a solid. Don't forget to smash down that thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. If you're not enjoying the content, hey man, don't have to smash it up. You can just sit back, relax, and hopefully I can convince you that we've got some great content here. So, got to throw this thing on the 4-stack into Burbank. Do they take this into Burbank? That would be scary, dude. That is a short runway for this airplane. I thought the biggest one that they took in was the A300, but I don't know. Windshear thank you, man. Is your 4 terabyte drive that you use with add-on linker a hard drive or an SSD? SSD. Western Digital Blue SSD. That didn't take long. We're already at 300 likes? Damn. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's incredibly kind. I mean, there's over 600 watching, so I figured if we could hit 300, that would just be, you know, a nice little goal. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Not a lot of people, or people, should I say, not enough people watch flight sim content. You honestly deserve millions of likes. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that as well. It's incredibly kind. Thank you, dude. GMC, thank you for the support, man. Gift and a membership to the channel. Gigliotis, if you're here, please make sure you say thank you in chat to GMC. Appreciate you, man. Will you try the 380 when it's out? Yes. Do you guys know where I can download or buy FS 2004? Steam. Yes. MD-11s cannot go into Burbank. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's a little bit excessive. Landing lights are on. High intensity strobe lights. They're not called strobes, chat. They're just high intensity lights. Those go on, and everything else is good on that. I'm happy with that. Oh, park brake bug. Sorry. Are the micro stutters better? No more micro stutters. I have solved the micro stutters. We're looking good. All right, and I should be a good pilot. And I should sync up my heading here just in case. We'll go heading over to 260 on the heading. Good. And now we're going to line ourselves up on the runway here. Ontario traffic, FedEx 1839, lining up runway 26 right, Ontario. All right, we're on CTAF making our calls. Beautiful. How'd you fix the micro stutters? I started using add-on linker, man. I had over 750 folders in my community folder. Sceneries, liveries, airplanes, utilities. I'm now using add-on linker. I have 55 files in my scenery, in my community folder now, and that seems to have really helped performance and the way that the simulator loads and kind of everything in between, man. It's been real good. I've only been able to do one flight so far on the 777 with the add-on linker, but I am now using add-on linker, and it's been absolute game changer, to be honest with you, man. So what's in my community folder now? All of my aircraft, my nav data from Navigraph, and liveries. That's pretty much it. It's the only things that I keep in my community folder now. I was symbolic linking Sunny, but I still had a ton of stuff in there, so that's just, it goes to show you how much I had, man. Stream is late. Stream is always on time, Soren. Good to see you, man. Or you're late to stream is maybe what you're saying. We're on time. Is add-on linker easy to install? Yeah, dude, it's very easy. It's on flightsim.to. It's an incredible program. Now, I only suggest it if you're somebody like myself and you've got a ton of add-ons in your community folder. If you're just running the simulator and you've got a few airport sceneries and stuff like that, you probably don't need add-on linker. I think it really just helps for the people that are like heavily invested and have got tons and tons and tons and tons of scenery. So does add-on linker increase FPS? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that it increases FPS. I think the simulator runs better when using add-on linker. That would be the easiest way for me to describe it. Does it work for X-Plane? No. X-Plane has its own kind of add-on linker. I forget what it's called, but X-Plane has its own tool. Yeah. I have almost every scenery linked. There are a few actually installed in your community folder, so you're probably fine. X-Organizer, that's it. Thank you. Pata, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Appreciate you. Says, Cap, what do you think about the... Come on, man. Don't be... Why you gotta say that shit, dude? It's fucking flight sim, man. I don't give a fuck what you do in your own time, but don't bring that shit into here, man. God damn it, dude. You guys are... Fuck, man. Some of you guys are just ridiculous. All right, let's get flying. Jesus Christ. It's Monday, chat. I mean, thank you for the money, but... I don't know, man. Just fucking weird, dude. Let's go flying, shall we? Cool. Chrono. On. Throttles. 40%. Smack down the auto flight button. Let's go flying, amigos. Advance those throttles. The auto flight will take over. There it goes. Slight nose down pressure on the yoke. Let's go flying. Takeoff power has been set and achieved. Airspeed is alive. There's 80 knots. We're neutral on the yoke. Something in the camp water. Something going on, man. V1. Rotate. Nice and smooth, chat. Remember, you got a big old heavy engine on the back of her. Beautiful. Positive rate. Gears going up. Pitch for climb. And we're flying. Yeehaw! What a beauty, dude. What a beauty. Look at that rocket ship, Chad. Woo! God, I love this thing, man. I can't wait to like hone this in and just get comfortable flying it. These things are so much damn fun, dude.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. Stabilizer motion. God, I love it. Flight dynamics are good, man. It's very different than like... You have to remember, dude, that engine on the back...
Stabilizer motion.
The engine on the back makes it very ass heavy, and you feel it. Like, when you go to rotate, you almost feel the back end of the airplane kind of tipping. It's a very interesting feeling, to be honest with you. Very interesting feeling. Okay, we're looking good. Let's go flap retraction. Flaps are coming up. Following our flight directors. Don't want to fall out of the sky, so I'm going to pitch that nose down just a little bit. And it's got like this weird, like, you'll notice, like, okay, watch when I like have it like this and the aircraft is pitched like this. Now watch when I roll it over. Look how like there's nothing, and then all of a sudden it tips down. They've done a pretty cool job in like mimicking what it's like having that super heavy engine on the back. Again, I'll show you. Like, look, I can leave it like this and the aircraft pretty much stays. But like, watch when I apply force down, it like does it, and then it kind of like lurches over. It feels really cool, actually, to be honest with you. Definitely get some getting used to, but it feels really cool. I really do enjoy it. All right, we're aiming for 250 knots. We're climbing like a bat out of hell right now. Is tail fuel management simulated? I am not sure, Kevin. Maybe, might be, I don't know. Palmdale VOR, you can hear the engines rolling back because there is a restriction. I believe it's under 8,000, but we're back into climb profile and ready to rock and roll. Up and away, my friends. Add a little bit of back trim. We're keeping 250 knots throughout our climb. And it flies incredibly well. Super smooth, especially once you have it fully trimmed out and ready to go. It feels incredible. It is really, really fun to fly. The dial-a-flap? Yeah, dial-a-flap is crazy, man. It's definitely something to get used to. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Alright, again, following our flight directors, maintaining 250 knots. We're coming up on 10,000 feet. I'm going to hit auto flight again, which will engage your autopilot. There it is. I'll bring you guys back up into the flight deck, bring those sounds down here just a little bit so we can hear ourselves think, and then we can go to the overhead and we can get our nose lights off, landing lights off, logo light off, and that's it. We'll leave the rest of the lights on. Beautiful. PCAP, who made this airline? This is done by TFDi. TFDi. They're pretty well known in the flight sim market, especially in like the P3D FSX world. Auto brakes go to the off position. Beautiful. Leave our seatbelt. Actually, we can just get seatbelts to auto as well. There we go. Seatbelt signs to auto. Looking good. MD-11 or A300? Ooh. Tough call, dude. Both great airplanes, to be honest with you, man. I'm probably going to give the slight edge to the A300 just because AnyBuilds has been developing aircraft in Microsoft for a little bit longer than TFDi, but I really do think that this is going to be an incredible product. I think a lot of people are probably going to be very happy with it on release. I see this aircraft just getting better and better and better, to be honest with you, man. I thoroughly enjoy flying it. I think it's great. I think it's very different. Don't get upset if your first couple flights don't go well. As I mentioned, I'm probably going to absolutely smack the runway into Okland. So it takes a lot of time, man. Like I said, dude, it flies very unique because you have such a heavy tail. You have to be careful. Like the flare, you really got to flare it, man. You really got to put in a lot of movements to get the aircraft to do exactly what you want it to do. But my God, man, it is, just look at it, dude. It's absolutely gorgeous. The way that it's modeled, the texturing, everything about it, man, it is beautiful. No, it is not free. It's going to cost $70 USD, $69.99. So, yeah. Again, for those of you guys that aren't familiar and maybe you're just tuning in, it's not the engine freaking out, it's the frame gen mod. I'm not sure if maybe you guys don't use frame gen mod, you've never seen frame gen mod. The first thing that happens when you're using frame gen mod is the engine animations. For whatever reason, frame gen mod doesn't like heavily moving parts and components in the simulator. So that is why you've got that going on. Again, if I click in, you'll see how the frame gen kind of goes a little bit crazy. If I click out, frame gen is not there, and now you can see that it's a little bit smoother and more of a natural feeling. So stabilizer motion, she's already yelling at us. Bitch and Betty, they like to call this aircraft. So you can see here we are 310 climb mode, pitch, nav 1, and climb thrust to 32,000 feet. I would also like to point out that this aircraft has fully functioning LNAV, VNAV, everything works perfectly fine. Again, this is my 4th flight that I've done with this aircraft now, and I've had absolutely 0 issues. The aircraft handles and flies exactly the way that it should. Do you recommend frame gen mod? I mean, if you want more frames and you want a smoother simulator, Absolutely. If you're going to be upset and be a stickler about, you know, engine animations being a little bit weird, then I would say maybe hold off from frame gen. But Kev, 7 months. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much for your support. Incredibly kind. Really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Takes some getting used to. You crashed your first 5 flights. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's very, very weird. Very, very, very weird. Why don't you call out stabilizer motion? Is that a flight fault? Nope, it just lets you know that there's the stab trim's moving. It's very easy because, again, it is so ass heavy. It's very easy to get this thing, to get the trim out of whack. So it always continuously lets you know that you're in stab trim, or that the trim is moving and doing its own thing. So stabilizer motion. I love it, dude. Wait till you hear the call-outs. 1,150, 40. It's awesome, dude. The robotic lady. College dude, 17 months. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much as well for the support. Incredibly kind. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, there's no trim wheel, so you must have to audible alert when the auto trim moves. There you go. Yep. Phoenix is PMDG study level. Wait, sorry, what? Keycap, is the Phoenix 320 way better than the fly-by-wire? I mean, I think that's probably like a personal opinion, but in my opinion, yes, the Phoenix is better than the fly-by-wire lineup. Yep. What's your favorite, stabilizer motion or stop rudder input? Ooh, both are good. Stop rudder input. I don't know. Both are good. Hope we get a 4,000 or 5,000 GPU soon. I don't get that animation with your 4070 Ti. Yep. I'll be building something by the end of the year, man. Yeah. Jeff, performance is great, man. Performance is great. I would put it right up there with the 777, the 737, the Phoenix A320. Kind of all around the same, man. You can see my FPS down here in the bottom right corner. We're at, you know, on our way up to cruise. We're hovering around the mid 80s. Now we're up to 90 FPS. So I would say no issues with the FPS that I've noticed. Can you show the cargo cabin? Oh boy. Cargo cabin. I think the door opens. Yeah, there you go. Here's the cargo cabin. You can see it's all clothed off, and then there is a missing texture right now. They are aware of it, and they will be fixed by initial release. They're supposed to be FedEx containers here, and they're obviously not showing up as FedEx. But yeah, there's the cargo components and the cargo area. Everything is modeled. Everything is there, just don't mind the pink textures. They are aware of it. I got an email last night saying that they will address it for the release version of the aircraft. I am on release candidate 1.01. I believe that there probably will be another update or two before the release candidate ends, but yes, you can go walking back there if you want. You can also close the door. And another cool thing is they made it so you can set up your own wing views and do some cool shit. You can go right through the fuselage, and there's no like camera tied to it. You can do whatever you'd like, which is, I always like that when developers do that. It makes it a little bit easier for us. I think I already did standard barrel. Yeah, we're on 2992. I think it was already 2992. So we're on standard barrel, and everything else looks good. We're climbing through 25,000 feet now, climbing at 2,100 feet per minute, which is pretty good. They modeled the cabin lights in the cargo hold. There you go. And of course, you can also lock the door. If you move the door to the deny position, it won't open when you're clicking on it. If you move it to the unlocked position, you can open up the door. So that's all modeled as well, which is pretty cool. She looks old and rusty. Yes, exactly the way that we like it. Exactly the way that we like it. I mean, look at that thing, dude. Come on. Come on. That is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Can you fly the old passenger variants or only cargo? You can do both, Blue Crayon. You can fly both, man. I mean, for one variant, it's $70. If you want to include the passenger variant, it's an extra $10. But yeah, for me, I'm all about flying cargo when it comes to these airplanes. I'm not really interested in doing any passenger ops or anything like that. Cargo for me is the way to go. Cargo, cargo. Biohazard, 4 months. Appreciate you, man. Says 4 months. How you doing? I'm doing well, man. Huge enough floaties to you. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it, man. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. PMGG doesn't have a locked door thing. I thought they did. No KLM to St. Martin. I mean, that could be cool. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. One thing I must about X-Plane is the flight factor 7.5. Yeah, and you know what, man? We're going to get the Bluebird 7.5 eventually, and I'm sure it'll be just as good, if not better, to be honest with you. So, I wanted to show you the wing flex as well. Look at the wing flex on this bad boy, chat. Wing flex is modeled superbly. Look at the little wobble of the engine there. The whole wing is wobbling. They did an incredible job on the modeling of the aircraft and how it feels. Gotta go, Cap. See ya. Gotta prepare for descent into Honolulu after 11 hours of flying. Wish you luck, man. All the best, dude. The wobble. Recommend watching air clips, MD-11 with tons of clips. Absolutely in love with this aircraft after that video. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. This aircraft's amazing. I thoroughly do enjoy it. What plane does TFDi have for Microsoft? This is their first one, Captain Stan. They've got quite a lineup in P3D and FSX, but yeah, this is the first one. First one for Microsoft. Is there a different sound between the Pratt & Whitneys and the GEs? I believe so, Reed. I haven't flown with the Pratt & Whitneys yet because they just haven't been available, but I believe that there is a difference between the two of them, yes. Otherwise, I don't think there's much point of modeling it if they're going to use the same sounds, right? Cap, no, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome back. What's your opinion on the Bluebird 787 teaser? I like it, man. I mean, I think we're going to be waiting quite a while for it, but hey, at least we know that somebody is making a high-quality 787 now, which is always great to know, man. That's one of the aircraft I've really always wanted, was a high-quality... Altitude is a high-quality 787, man, so I'm happy for that. Yeah. Tolus's wing flex is awful. Tolus's modeling is not very good, if I got to be honest with you. Tolus, when it comes to Tolus, you're buying it for like the flight model and the system's accuracy and stuff like that, right? Tolus isn't really known for its modeling and texturing. It's not their forte like it is for some other developers, you know? Diamond Mike, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. What if Quality Wings surprises us all? Quality Wings isn't even around anymore, man. They've lost the... they don't even have the... you could go and make a company. They don't even have the rights to the name Quality Wings anymore. You can just go and yank that if you wanted to, man. You could literally start your own Quality Wings and, yeah, nobody would know. Best flight video on YouTube is probably Air Caribbe's A350-1000 cockpit Guadeloupe to Paris, 2 hours. I mean, again, that's so subjective. Depends if you like the A350. To say that that's the best video on the internet, again, super subjective. Yeah, Totomac made the Tolus look nice, correct, and he works with any builds now, so he's not available to do those things for Tolus anymore. So, yeah, Gliding Kiwi really needs to take some criticism with his modeling. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, all you have to do is go look at like the flap and the fairing textures on the 319, the 321, the 340 AJ. They are awful. It looks like a toy. It's not good. Cat, can we hear the wiper blade sounds? Not right now. Once we're down on the ground, we can do that. Yeah. TFDi's 717 and P3D sold me. A lot of people like that one. Yeah, a lot of people. I used to see everybody flying that one, doing some Hawaiian ops and stuff like that. So TFDi is a good developer. I would say so. They seem to be a great developer. Yep. They seem to be committed to making a great product, and I think they understand that this is their first product when it comes to Microsoft, so things may not be perfect, but I wholeheartedly believe that this aircraft will be one of the better options once, you know, maybe it's received a little bit more love in TLC, so yeah. Sucks that Quality Wings fell off. I feel like people enjoy their 787 and P3D. Wish I had something like that at Microsoft. I'm guessing they did not have the resources to bring their 787. Honestly, man, I don't know. To me, as somebody that's been invested in Microsoft now since the beginning, it blows my mind that a company that already has all of the assets and already has all of the abilities to be able to develop an aircraft in a simulator, it boggles my mind how they would not do anything that they possibly could. Imagine how much money you can make if you develop a high quality add-on for this simulator. We're seeing it with PMDG right now, man. I mean, these guys are selling thousands of copies a minute Think about that. Think about the payoff if you're a developer. Yeah, it's a lot of work to develop these aircraft for these simulators, but the amount of money that you can possibly make and the payoff that you can have off of the success of Microsoft Flight Simulator is insane. Do you know what I mean? Like, insane. So it boggles my mind how developers like that just couldn't make it work, and they couldn't, Quality Wings couldn't bring the 787 to Microsoft. Man, oh man, oh man, there would have been some rich you-know-whats, dude. They literally, you're talking millions of dollars. You're not talking like nickel and dime, like, oh look, I made 10 grand today, I made 20 grand. You're talking millions of dollars, especially if you can offer it on the Xbox side of things and on the PC side of things. It's crazy, man. Now I will say this, like, it's not like Quality Wings just like stopped and disappeared and all the developers are gone. What happened was the developers basically dispersed. So I know for a fact that there's a few Quality Wing developers that now work at AnyBuilds. There's a few that work with Phoenix with their series. I believe there's one or two of them that also went over to PMDG. So that's what happened, unfortunately. It wasn't that Quality Wings, just the developers died off and they're not around anymore. It's just that they dispersed throughout the community. So Kyle Lewis, 11 months. Appreciate you, man. Says very excited for the spurt. Exciting times in Microsoft. I do agree, my friend. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much for support. Really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. EyeDoc Joe, good to see you as well, man. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. MD-11 is good so far, man. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. If you're a fan of these old school birds and you just want to do some cool cargo ops and stuff like that, highly suggest this aircraft. I think you're going to have a ton of fun with it. Again, as I mentioned, be easy on yourself. It's very different than anything that I've flown in this simulator, the way that it feels, the way that it handles, the characteristics and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. Do you know if PMDG is going to make the cockpit door available? Sig, that's not a question for me, man. That's a question to ask over on the PMDG forums. I have no clue what PMDG is planning to do, man. I'm not a developer. I'm just a content creator. I just showcase the add-ons. I have no clue if they plan on making the cockpit doors open or close. That's something you'll have to go over to their forums or create a support ticket or something and ask them. Yeah. Couldn't make it to the expo in Vegas to see everyone. Got busy with business building this year. Mama Ponder and I are already planning a road trip to Providence, so we'll be seeing the crew. Sounds good, man. Sounds good, dude. Ask PMDG, don't forget to sign your name. Correct. Mike, thank you, man. Happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians out there. Yes, absolutely. All right, let's keep an eye. It's not a very long flight, so we can keep an eye on this. You can see that we've got our top of descent right before MZO. As mentioned, this aircraft has full functioning VNAV, LNAV profile. It'll, if you go down to the FMC and you go to the flight plan page, it's got all of your restrictions above 28, above 22, 15,000 feet, 9,000 feet. So it has all the restrictions that you could want. Everything is super easy. It's yeah. God damn, it really is Monday, eh? Just a bunch of idiots on the channel today, man. Goodbye. Which would you recommend, the 777 or the MD-11? That's completely up to you, man. That's really completely up to you. Very different aircraft, and yeah. CPDLC is available, yes, through this FMC here. I believe you go to the ACARS tab, and then you can do all of your stuff. You can do your pre-flight, your en route, your post-flight. You can free text. It's got weather request. Yeah, all of it is down here in the ACARS menu. I was actually watching British AvGeek. Shout out to British AvGeek. He helped me out a lot, kind of remembering how to fly this aircraft and what this is about. And he was using CPDLC. He was doing a flight out of Amsterdam to, I forget where he was going. Anyways, he was doing a flight out of Amsterdam, and he requested his IFR clearance through the pre-flight. He requested his departure clearance, and you just click on here, departure clearance, and then I think you just fill out all of your information. So your flight number, what airport you're at. So like if we're, let's say somebody was in Ontario, you could put in Ontario, and then you have to grab the ATIS, and then that's kind of how it all works. And then he got a little message, and yeah, so it does work. I know that it does work. Now, you know me, I'm not really the biggest guy when it comes to that type of stuff. So yeah. Mike Amadio, 3 years, 2.6 a year. Why? We had him, he sucked. Now we re-sign him for that. Mike Amadio. Who did he play for last year? Mike Amadio. don't even know who that is. I can't remember last time he played for us. Is the MiG-2 similar to Airbus, easy to jump for the 320? I would say this is more like a Boeing FMC. I feel like you'd probably be more at home with a Boeing, but it's kind of like this weird hybrid. Do you know what I mean? These airplanes are odd. There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're weird airplanes, man. It's like a mashup between an Airbus, a Boeing, and a McDonnell Douglas. Very weird, very different. Has TFDi announced a release time tomorrow? No, I don't think so, Will. No. What about faults in this model? Well, I haven't really flown it enough to see any faults or anything like that, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's very different. It flies different, you know? I bought the Thrustmaster Boeing throttle a few days ago, and when I got it, I forgot to buy the stand, so I stacked my pillows and put the throttle on top. Sure, yeah, that works as well. Yeah. Is there a difference against the Rotate MD-11 in terms of quality? Again, man, I feel like that's just going to be so subjective, dude. I don't even feel like it's fair to compare an X-Plane product with a Microsoft product. I have no clue, man. I also don't have a ton of time flying the Rotate. The only thing that I really remember about the Rotate MD-11 was the launch was just disastrous. The aircraft, I don't know if you remember, man, it wouldn't follow the flight plan. It was constantly going left and right of your path. The VNAV was all kinds of wonky, and yeah, I don't know, man. Found it hard to get under 140 foot per minute in the 777, averaging around 160 to 170. That's perfect, Carson. There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. You have to remember, dude, those big aircraft, you're not necessarily going for like the under 100 foot per minute like you would maybe in a 7.3 or something like that. Those are big aircrafts, man. There's a lot of weight and a lot of stuff happening on those landing gears, so yeah. Hello, Cap. Have you flown prior to the stream? If so, how's it overall and how does it handle? I enjoy it. It's very different. It feels very different, but you're disgusted every year, though, Birdie. Every free agency, you're like, The only thing I could see a little bit weird is that Chicken trade. I feel like they could have got more for Chicken, considering we gave up a first-round pick for him, and the asking price out of Phoenix was crazy for Chicken. It seems kind of wild to me that they would give him up for just that little, like a third-round pick and a player. I don't know. Who did he go? What team did he go to? That's the only one that's a little bit puzzling. Some of the other stuff, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen like Stamkos come over here and rip it on the power play and stuff like that, but I don't know why he goes to, I guess maybe because Nashville, he thinks Nashville can win, but I don't know, man. The Leafs picked up a boatload of players. Who did the Leafs pick up? Probably nobody big or something like that. Any plans for After Dark streams? Maybe, dude. Not really, SR. We kind of replaced the After Dark streams. We have 2 streams on Thursdays now, so we don't really call it After Dark. It's just 2 regular streams, so. How long is this flight? 55 minutes. Messi or Ronaldo? I don't watch soccer enough for that, man. Sorry, dude. Cockpit of the MD-11 is an A300 310, while the airframe is a 7.6, but they added the extra engines for support for the aircraft. Maybe. Hey Cap, can you please explain auto flight in the MD-11? What would you like to know about auto flight? Yeah, they signed Tanev. That's an interesting deal. I don't know, dude. Dude's like 35 years old, declining. I don't know. Cap, is the Western Digital Blue fast and easy to install? Correct. Yes. Reaper, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. How does it work versus regular auto throttle? So the auto flight works, basically you advance the throttles, anything I think it's above 60%, the auto throttle kicks in, and so when you're sitting on the runway, you advance your throttles to about 30, 40%, everything's good, and then you just advance them forward, and it'll automatically take itself, and then it will hold at the toga, and then the auto flight is basically, it's your once you're airborne again and you want to engage autopilot, you just hit auto flight again. It's a very basic system. Before departure, you're going to want to arm your nav and you're going to want to arm your profile, and then that's about it. So yeah, I'm disgusted every year for a reason. Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess like if they sign Pinto and they added David Perron, I mean that'll be a good second, third liner for sure. The guy can still score goals. He was on Detroit last year. He scored a bunch against us. So the guy can score goals. But yeah, I'd like to see them maybe feel like they need to add like another like I don't know, man. What's going to happen with Josh? Like, is Josh going to be playing again this year? Or is he going to be broken for half the year? So there's a lot of questions around scoring that I would be concerned about. Evan, $5 donation. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much for the continued support of the channel, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This isn't a 777. Good morning, Cap. Captain Pips. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. He scored a bunch against us because of Corpy? Yeah, well, exactly. Exactly. What are your thoughts on the Bravo throttle quadrant in comparison to the Thrustmaster? I think they're both good for what... Depends what you're looking for, to be honest with you, man. But they're both good. Alright, we are going to be on the MZO 3. You can see we need to be 4,100 feet at Franny. So, again, if you're in auto flight, it becomes very simple. Scroll this all the way down. 4,100 feet is what we're looking for. There's 4,100 feet, and you can see it automatically arms in magenta. It says profile 2, and then your altitude selected. So right now we're holding at 32,000 feet because we're at cruise altitude. We haven't reached our top of descent yet. And you can see that once that is armed, as long as it says profile 2 in magenta, that means that your VNAV is armed. So you're ready to go. And you'll see once we get to that, the aircraft will pitch itself over and we'll start our descent down to 4,100 feet. Really like that cart, by the way. Nice juice. Terrible vape, though. Pulls like shit. Most of those all-in-ones do, Bob, to be honest with you. Next time what I would do, Bob, is look for they have the Fat Boys. Like, I have one right here. They have the Fat Boys. The TQ Sunrise Fat Boy. Get that one, man, next time if you can. The 1.2 gram. Those are awesome. The Fat Boy carts are great. You'll really like those. You'll really, really like that one. Love to do this fight with a yoke. What yoke would you recommend? The Honeycomb or something else? I really want to do the MD-11 fights to make it feel real. Thrustmaster all the way, man. Thrustmaster pendular yoke system. Doesn't get any better. There's a link in the description down below. If you go to and order it from the Thrustmaster website, you can use my code, creator code Captain Canada. Yeah. I just assumed this is what you meant because it's a 1.2 next time. Yeah, no, you want they're called... yeah, you just get the cartridge. Don't get the all-in-ones. Yeah. Just got the Bravo. Needed something to celebrate the trip of the 777. Nice, very cool. Talked to Okland, Oceanic to Sydney and CPDLC. It's awesome not having to say one word. Definitely will be helpful for across the pond. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He kept any chance have passed by the Father Time channel. He's retired American Airlines captain. Flew this back in '97. Great guy. Does he have any content up of the 777? I've come across a few, Captain Riyadh, but I can't remember. Yeah. Hello, Alyssa. Welcome back. Owls, good to see you, man. Welcome back. There's top of descent, friends. Just like that, reached our top of descent. You can see our profile is right here as well. There's our profile descent to make sure we're either above or below profile. And it's nice. It's not too aggressive. It starts to descent beautifully. We're descending at about 2,800 feet per minute. Pretty normal for any other descent rate. There you go. We're on the descent down into Okland already. Beautiful. She is a beauty, my friends. God, I love this thing, man. So happy that we've got... boggles my mind that we went so long just flying an A320 and a 737 to now have access to a 777 and an MD-11. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What is a bad landing rate? Depends what you're flying, man. I mean, I would honestly say anything above like 400 or 500 feet per minute, you're starting to get to those, you know, you're starting to get a little bit tricky, but yeah, for the most part, I don't know, dude, keep it under 300 feet per minute. Keep the G's somewhat low so you're not, you know, upsetting your passengers. And yeah, this feels like reaching an oasis in a desert. It really does. Yeah. How do you connect to a center on CPDLC? I know how to put the airport code, do clearance, etc., but I don't know how to do it with centers. It's a good question, Capstam. I wouldn't be the one to ask, to be honest with you. Yeah. Morning, Cap. Really glad to see a variety of planes, especially long-haul planes at Microsoft. Yes. Feels good, man. Feels good. Why do you keep saying feet? Because we're talking about altitude, 4,100 feet, 10,000 feet. What day is it today, chat? Father Time was one of the lead Q&A testers of the MD-11, like Kipton Reed said. He flew both the MD-11 and the 777 for American. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Any complaints about the engine sounds? Not really, Ben. I actually think they're pretty good. Yeah, they're really good. It's your birthday? Hey, Andy, happy birthday, man. You need to do a flight with Jeff again. Yes, we should. Yeah, hopefully, man. Why do Thrustmaster prices are higher than retailers? I don't think that's the case, Brad, at all. Depends where you're ordering from the retailers, but usually it's going to be a better price directly through Thrustmaster. Is there a way to change the view perspective looking from the ground up to see flybys? I don't know, Remy. No.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer, motion. What about the engine startup sounds from the wing view? They're great, Ben. If you want to rewind the video, you can take a look, Ben. We started up the engines. You miss Tinder? I don't. Very exciting year for Microsoft, waiting on that 7.5. Yes. There's a few airplanes that I'm now waiting for. 7.5, 7.6. 7.5, 7.6, the Q400, the A220, the A350. Those, I think, are my top 5 that I'm really looking forward to. That A220, man, I'm so excited. I know that we have an A320, and we've got the 319 and the 321 coming from Phoenix as well, but man, oh man, oh man, I'm so excited for that A220 to start to learn those new systems and stuff. Why are you showing an airplane wing? Sarcasm. Hey, man. How did we go 2 years with the same planes? Hey, man, listen, you know, one of the biggest things that people would comment about like my channel and like what I was doing was just like, I don't know how he can fly the A320 and the 737 again. Like, why doesn't he use different simulators? Why does he keep using Microsoft and flying the same damn plane every stream? And hey, dude, I get it. It was difficult. It took a while, but I think it's finally paying off when we start getting products like this. You know, Air Canada has A220s. Yes, they have lots of them. Friend offered me a trip to Toronto to Pakistan, but I declined for personal reasons. Interesting. A220 is Canadian designed but built, so it tickles my patriotism. Nice. Indie Builds will show 350 progress if they reach a milestone by the end of the week. Nice. I think we're supposed to get A220 update as well sometime soon, which is going to be really great to see. Okay, let's start getting some frequencies plugged in here, friends. Yes, you need to manually insert your I'm pretty sure, right, chat? For ILS guys, you need to manually enter your localizer and approach course. I think it's done all through here in the NavRad. If anybody's here that has been flying this aircraft for a while, I'm pretty sure you put it right in there, the ILS and the course. Nope, it auto-tunes? Wait. Mark is saying correct, and Mark has had this airplane for the last 6 months, AJ, so I'm going to go with Mark. I don't think it auto-tunes. I don't think so. Not to my understanding, anyways. Why the same sim? Why the same plane? How about because I enjoy it? Particular sim scratches that itch. Folks need to touch grass sometimes. Yep. You always put it in there. If anybody else is in chat and you're familiar with the MD-11, please feel free to speak up. But as far as I'm concerned, the flights that I was doing yesterday, I always put the ILS frequency in here, and as well as the course heading. But I don't know. I think it's more worth it to pay for the A220 to get it sooner than to get it later than an open source model. I would agree. Yep. If it's modeled correctly, it will auto-tune as long as you've loaded the approach. All right. Well, I have loaded the approach, so I'm going to leave it blank then for now, and then we'll keep an eye on it. If on short, like, you know, if we're about to intercept ILS and I don't see anything pop up, I can always put in the frequencies there. So I'll leave it just like that, and we'll wait to see if it auto-tunes itself. We're just through 18,000 feet, friends. We'll also pull up the weather here for Okland. Winds are 250 at 4 knots, 10-mile visibility, clear, 18 degrees, 299.5 on the altimeter. 299.5 is set. We'll set it down here as well, 299.5. And we'll come over here and set it over to this guy, 299.5. Good. Minimums today, we're going with barrow minimums. If we come down here and we have a quick little look-see, barrel minimums are going to be 209. So we'll set 209 on our barrel minimums. Good. Minimums are set. Beautiful. MD-11 should auto-tune within 25 miles. Cool. We'll leave it. We shall leave it, and we'll wait to see what happens. Keith, thanks so much for 4 months, man. ZCap, how you doing? I'm doing well, dude. If I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit tired. This week has been... Dude, I got home on Wednesday morning, and I've been streaming since Wednesday afternoon. It has been an insane week, dude, and I wouldn't change anything. We've got the release of the 777. We've now got the MD-11 on the cusp of release as well. I'm doing a pre-release stream. The aircraft should be releasing tomorrow. It's been an insane week. I was recovering from COVID the entire week. It's just been an insane week for the channel, insane week for myself. I will say this, I'm very excited to kind of have a couple days off to myself and kind of hang out with the fiance, and very excited for that over the next couple of days. But it's been a lot of fun, man. It's been a lot of fun. We've done a lot of cool flights, and yeah, thank you for asking, man. Andrew's Aviation, 7 months, says I love the MD-11. Yeah, she's badass, man. She is a badass airplane. Huge no floaties to you, man. Really do appreciate you, dude. Thank you. McLaren, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. You guys see where IndieBuilds posted that they get 9,000 Instagram followers by the end of the week, that they'll release a trailer here for the 350 Progress? Interesting. I didn't see that. It's a great way of doing it, though. Everybody subscribe. Yeah. Is there a goddamn special stream for goddamn July 4th? When is July 4th? It's on Thursday, isn't it? Yes. We will be doing some fun flights on Thursday. I don't know where we're going to go and what we're going to do, but yes, we will be flying on Thursday. We will. Alrighty, we're still on profile. Everything's looking good. We've got a constraint at 9,000 feet. It says profile to 7 because that's an altitude restriction. We're going to keep an eye on our speed. It may ask us to put in some ground spoilers, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what she does, but she should level off just before 10,000 feet, and we should be able to bleed off some of that speed, descending at about 2,000 feet per minute now, 2,100 feet per minute, so we're looking good. I don't fly airliners, but I'll 100% get the 350 and learning it. I love that airplane. There you go. If I remember correctly, it does auto-tune. If it doesn't, and we crash the airframe, I'll pay for the damages. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Would you recommend if you only have one Thrustmaster throttle, so 2 throttles but 3 engines? So exactly what I'm doing, Scotty. I have engines number 3 and 2 bound to one axis, and engine number 1 bound to the other axis. So you can. The beauty of Microsoft is you can customize it exactly the way that you like.
I can't wait to fly this thick, wide
Hey.
body, dirty girl later this week. A holiday week, so get some extra flying time. Guaranteed
Holiday week.
Hawk 2 action. Those narrow body
Nice.
girls are fun, but everybody takes those for a spin.
Jesus Christ. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support. C2A, as always, does not disappoint with the donation. Thank you for the continued support, my friend. It is, what a great week, man. Great week for the aircraft to come out. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I will. It's been a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun learning it. All right, we're coming up on 10,000 feet. Speed's rolling back to 250 knots. Let's go and get our landing lights on. We'll go and get the logo light on, and we'll just make sure that the seatbelt signs are in the on position as well. The Cap could have done some Canada special today, like shortest flight Air Canada does or something. Well, we're in the MD-11, man. There are the only MD-11 that flies is we've already done this flight
if you
a bunch,
put your
so.
left foot in and put your left foot out and shake it all about,
Yes.
the Hokey Pokey will auto-tune the ILS for you. Via
Really?
Google. Happy
Interesting.
Canada Cap.
Via Google, he says. Pre-ordered this in October, so I'm glad it's finally getting here. Nice, Arthur. Very cool, man. Yeah, I thought about doing some Canadian flights, but with the MD, man, I just wanted to do some really cool MD flights. If we had the Dash 8, that would have been cool as well. We could have done some Dash 8 ops. Obviously, we don't have the Dash 8 yet, but hopefully soon. Okay, ground spoilers are armed, and let's go ahead and set our auto brake. We're going to use medium auto brake today. Get this bad boy slowed down. Between the 777, the MD-11, the 707, my wallet is going to have no money for fireworks. Hey, man. Yeah. Can I buy your shades $500? I mean, you could buy them brand new. They don't even cost $500. MD-11, you guys called me all fat, wide body, bitchin' Betty, and dirty. I'm about to slam into a mountain. Oh, we're going to slam it into the ground. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Caroline's, what's up, mate? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Don't break my back. Hey, man, we're just a bunch of cargo right now. This is no passengers. So if we smack it into the runway, hey, we smack it into the runway. Pardon me. Shit happens. Captain Canada, speaking of July 4th, have you heard of John? I'd say he's the most historical simmer of all time, a true freedom fighter. I've never heard of him. No. Something tells me you're pulling my leg. Cap, what runway are you coming in on? Runway 30, the very common runway into Okland, ILS 30. You live right by Ontario? Nice, very cool. Boxes don't complain, exactly. And trust me, we're going to smack her into the runway. Trust me. Let's go to our takeoff and arrival page. We're going to be doing a flaps. I think that's pretty common, right, chat? Flaps 50? Is that the more common, or flap 35 the more common landing? I think it's flaps 50, but I don't know. Flap 50, I actually get to call it flaps 50. What I'm also going to do is I'm also going to dial our flap back to like flaps 15 or 18 or 17 or something. That should be good. Cool. My trick for good landing in the MD is to fly it into the ground like the MD-80. Just remember that you are higher. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. Zero cash for Canada Day when everyone buys this one. Just starting the stream. How you doing with the MD-80? Does it feel great? It does, man. Yeah, it's nice. It's a lot of fun to fly. A lot of fun to fly.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. All right, so my glide slope and localizer has just come alive. So if we go to our nav rad, it looks like it has populated it by itself. 1087 and 296, 1087, 296. So you guys are correct. It does auto-populate. So that's great news. Thank you for that. Great news. Don't have to populate it anymore. JJ, thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate you, dude, as well. Dropping the $5 donation. Huge no floaties, my man. Thank you very much. We got Jay Stevens with the 5 as well. Left foot in, left foot out. Huge no floaties to all you guys, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you guys, man. Learned something new today. See, there you go. Flying the return with you. Sounds good, man. All right, Panteras, let's keep things flight sim related, man. I don't need a history lesson on things going on. Appreciate you, man. Okay, I am going to start to bug up a little bit of a slower speed. I'm going to go 210 knots. And remember, guys, to get this airplane, you have to bug the speed by pressing down, set your speed, and then bug it again with the down arrow. And then that'll actually get your speed selected. We can go slats out. You want to see how fast these slats come out? Look at that. Apparently it's like this in real life as well. The slats go super fast.
To allow the auto-tune to do its thing, you have to select an ILS approach on the FMS star page.
Wait, what? To allow auto-tune to do its thing, you have to select an ILS approach on the FMS star page. Okay, got you, and it'll do it automatically. Okay, cool. Slats and flaps. Flaps and slats. All right, bring our speed 190. Got to stay on top of this big old heavy bird. Good. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dial a flap to 15 degrees because I know that I can get that out at current speeds. MD being weird again. Oh, baby. Love it. I love it. Alrighty. We're going to wait for Franny, and then we're going to engage approach/land. 4,100 feet at Franny should get us right on profile as well. You can see we're slightly above profile, but we're coming back into it now, which is great. I'm going to go flaps 15 degrees. I'll give you a beautiful wing view of the flaps coming out. Oh, baby. Love to dial me some flaps. Pantera, just enjoy, man. Just enjoy, dude. You're talking about heightened Hunter Biden's laptop and shit like that, dude. It's flight sim, man. I get what you're saying. Just don't be that guy, dude. Okay? Just don't be that guy. Just enjoy the rules and enjoy the stream. I don't care. I don't care. How about that? There you go. I don't care. All right, looks like we've got glide slope. Looks like we've got loc. Should be making that right turn. I'm going to let the aircraft make that right turn. And then we're going to capture. So here comes the right turn from Franny to get us to Woovon. And we should be to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to arm approach/land. So there we go. So we've got localizer armed, and then we've got land armed as well. So the aircraft should line itself up with runway 30. Good. And then we should get our glide slope. There's glide slope right there. You can see the glide slope turns white. And there we go. No, you shouldn't be that guy. All right, here we go, man. Nice and easy. Remove from channel. Bye. See you later. Now, I don't have to deal with your bullshit. It's amazing when you're the channel owner and you get to do whatever you want to do, right? It's real nice. Cool. Let's go and throw in speed 180. What was our VAP speed again? It was 157 on the VAP is what we're looking for. 157. Cool. We're still a little bit of a ways out. We don't need to worry about throwing down gear yet or anything like that. I'm going to bug up 180 on the speed though, and we'll keep that like that. What's going on with these people? It's Monday, man. Kids are home from school. Summer vacation. That's why we got the Captain Canada Summer Camps available t-shirts. By the way, if you haven't seen that, check out the Captain Canada Summer Camp t-shirts. They're really great. Very pleased with how they turned out. And it's something that we're going to be doing every year as well. Hopefully every year we're going to have some type of new design for you guys.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. Okay. Once we reach about 2,500 feet, we'll go gear down, get her ready to go, get her all set up. Camp water is weird. Yeah, it is, man. There's something in the water. How can someone be bad on cap streams? Hey, man, like I said, dude, summer vacation, you have to realize we are on the internet as well, right? Lots of trolls out there, man. Lots and lots and lots and lots of trolls. 2,500 feet's coming up. We're going to go gear down.
2,500.
2,500. Go flaps out here, friends. Flaps 28 degrees. Beautiful. Let's go flaps 35 degrees. I'm going to start rolling back that speed now as well. We're looking for 157 on our VAP approach speed, 157, good. I'm going to bug up our final approach speed now, 157, just coming through 2,000 feet, and I'm going to go flaps 50. Look at the angle of these flaps. At flaps 50 degrees. Crazy, man. There's flaps 50 degrees, chat. Ready to rock and roll. My goodness me. Look at her going. She's great. Cool. I am going to take control of the throttles. I like to manually control my throttles when it comes to these aircraft. I'm manually controlling my throttles now, and I'm going to get ready to take control of the aircraft as well. Stabilizer motion. God, I love it, dude. All right. Joystick cam's going on. Enjoy the arrival, my amigos. I will see you all down on the ground. My airplane.
Autopilot.
Thank you. Good. My airplane. Let's do it, friends. Autopilot. It's so good, man. It's so damn good. Alright, sounds are going up. Enjoy. Do we have tower online or something? Oh shit, tower's online. 127.2. Shit. 1272. I just realized tower's online, chat. Speed's getting a little bit low, my bad. Tower hello. Tower hello, FedEx 1839, short final, runway 30.
FedEx 1839, welcome. Caution wake Takeoff heavy, United 777, still on the runway, runway 30, clear to land.
30 clear to land, FedEx 1839, thank you. Alright, we're looking good. On glide slope, cleared to land. Sure we got all of our lights on. Looking good, chat. 500. Shit, I got way above slope, my bad.
400.
Get ourselves back on track. There we go. Back on track. Speed's good, altitude's
300.
good. 300.
Approaching minimum.
Yep. Get ready to smack into this runway, chat. Get ready. Continue. Get ready to smack into this runway.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hey, under 300. All right, be careful with the nose. It's very heavy. Be careful with it. Lower it down gently. Reversers are out. All right. Let's go, baby. Below 300. 80 knots. Manual braking. Reversers are stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Okland. I mean, I did what we said. I did what we said, man. Under 300 feet per minute, chat. Hey, man. Cargo aid.
Ground 121.75.
Ground 12175, Fedex 8239, thanks. We did it, chat. All right, 121750. Not bad, though. Not bad. Yeah, the reverse sounds need work. That's what I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream as well, was the reverse sounds need work badly. Ground spoilers can go in, flaps can go up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Okland. Not bad. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that landing, to be honest with you. What were the G ratings? I think it was pretty decent, right? Yeah, 1.26, 299. It's cargo, man. It's cargo. She ain't complaining. Let's open up our ground charts. We have vacated runway 30 on Whiskey 5. Give him a call here in a sec.
28 right via Charlie, Grizzly 40.
Ground hello, FedEx 1839, vacated runway 30 Whiskey 5.
FedEx 1839, tax, Okland ground, taxi the ramp via Whiskey, Bravo.
Taxi the ramp via Whiskey Bravo, FedEx 1839, thanks. Alrighty, friends. Let's get her moving. Let's go ahead and disarm the ground spoilers and... Oh, they already were disarmed. Okay. Disarm the ground spoilers and auto brake to the off position. Let's go and get the landing lights off. We'll get the nose light over to taxi. High intensity strobe lights can come off. And our... Yeah, we'll just leave that like that for now. And then we can go ahead and spool up the EPU. EPU spooling. What plane is this? This is the TFDi MD-11. It should say right in the title. Nice and easy. Those are the new reverse sounds, and they sound terrible. Should have kept the old ones. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, not very good.
Delta 1578,
It was the biggest thing that I wasn't. Was a little bit like, reverse sounds. It's literally like nothing or like full pin, so it's a little bit weird. I don't know if GSX knows where the parking is in this one. Oh, FedEx Cargo.
Over tower.
Let's go ramp 5. See if it knows where that is. No, we don't need to follow me. All right, cool. But yeah, I like I said, man, it's very different flying this aircraft. I feel like we did a pretty good job. We didn't absolutely destroy the runway. Under 300 feet per minute, we're happy. I feel like that's a butter in this airplane. This airplane, if you know anything about this airplane, it is notoriously hard to land. It has a high attitude, a high V approach speed as well because of that wing and the design of the aircraft, and it is insanely ass end heavy because of that third engine that's sitting behind over there as well. So, like I said, don't feel bad if you're not having like the most professional butter landings. I think with this aircraft it's going to take a while. So Sports Zone 5 bones, thanks so much, my friend. Appreciate you, dude. Huge No Floaties says happy Canada Day. Also incredibly kind. Huge No Floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Thoroughly enjoyed that flight. I hope you guys did as well. We'll stop the clocks here. We're 55 minutes on the flight time, and I think we're over an... Oh, maybe that's the flight time? I don't know. I forget what it done, but... Getting ourselves into the ramp area. If we go upstairs, APU should be on. APU power is available. Good. Go ahead and spool her down when we get to the gate.
Happy Canada Day, Cap.
Thanks so much, man.
Incredibly kind.
Appreciate you, Sports Zone. Huge No Floaties to you, man. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for being a contributor to the channel. I really do appreciate it, man. Do you use auto throttle on landing? You don't. I don't know if you can with this aircraft. I don't know if it's like the 777 where it will automatically pull the throttles, but no, I do not use it. I use manual throttle control. Stab is 40% smaller than a DC-10. That's why it has the LSAS system. What's that, JD? Sorry, you got to speak in layman's terms. Speak to the people that don't really understand this aircraft all that well, myself included. I have no clue what that means. Sorry, man. All right, there's our stand. Well, it should be there's our stand right there. We'll see what they end up giving us. Let's go ahead and... Taxi lights can go off. Nose light is off as well. Love hard landings. Makes me feel those firm, strong wheels so satisfying. There you go. To each their own. Everybody has fun doing whatever they want, right? So, are you the only one lagging? I'm not lagging. I don't think the stream's lagging. Everything's green on the stream, so it's definitely not the stream. Right, this is stand 5. Stability augmentation system for pitch. Got you. Thank you. I think this is the stand that we should be going to. I see our marshaller, so I believe that this is the stand we're going to. 3 mains for a reason. Very true. Smack it in, baby. Smack her in. It's just so much fun to fly, man. That's what I really love about this aircraft. Just so much fun to fly, man. Alright, pay attention to our marshaller out there. Get this bad boy unloaded, and then we'll load her back up for our flight back to Ontario. We are doing the return flight, friends. It is a 2-sector day. Please continue to hang out with me if you are enjoying the content. Alright, we'll call her right there. Let's go get our park brake on. Beautiful. Let's go upstairs. APU's on, bleeds are on, gens are on. I don't think I have to do anything. Nope, that's all done by itself, so that's all good. And then we'll go ahead and kill engines number 3, 1, and 2. Turn them up for shutdown here as well. You guys can hear what it's like shutting those engines down. Beautiful. Let's go upstairs. We can get ignition system off. We'll go ahead and get the beacon light off. And that's about it. Seatbelt signs off. No smoking off. Emergency exits are off as well. Although, you know what? We could leave that armed because we are going to do the return flight. And there we go. That is it. Beautiful. Looking good. We are doing a turnaround. Yes, I literally just mentioned that. Let's go ahead and request deboarding. I'm going to come down here. Going to pop open this guy again. We're going to go to our services. We're going to open up our main passenger door, and then we'll open up all the cargos. And we're going to stay on APU power, so we won't connect the GPU. We'll just stay on APU. And there we go. Here come all of the cargo loaders to deboard the aircraft. I would say that that was a successful flight, my friends. If you use the default weight and balance system, the cargo bins actually disappear in the plane. Not recommended. Yeah, we're not going to do that. That's for sure. Could I see your sound settings in general? My sound settings? That's a new one. General options, sounds. I don't think I've ever been asked to show my sound settings, but there you go. Those are my sound settings. I don't know if you want to take a picture or something, but those are my sound settings. I figured sounds were just based off what people want to hear, but those are yeah, those are my sound settings. Legacy music, yes, of course. Can you show us your sim setup? What do you mean my sim setup? Do we prefer the 777 now that you've tested both? Very different airplanes, man. Very, very, very different airplanes. I like them both equally for different reasons. This is probably going to be my main, as well as the A300. This is probably going to be my main cargo plane moving forward, whereas the 777 is probably going to be my main long hauler. Do you know what I mean? Two very different aspects. I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoy one or the other. I think they're both great. Yeah. I did not, Nabil. Nope, I'm still using frame gen mod, man. I have no problem using frame gen mod, dude. No problems at all. How does the MD-11 fly? I like it. It's sensitive. You got to be careful because it is so heavy on the back end. But yeah, I enjoy it, man. I really like flying this aircraft. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Does this plane still fly? Absolutely, 49 Whiskey, yeah. With FedEx, with UPS. It's more of a cargo plane. There's not very many passenger planes flying anymore. But yeah, absolutely. How do you turn the number off for the guidance in the stands with GSX? Evan, it's in GSX. Go to GSX settings, and it's somewhere in here. Where is it? Right here. Parking system distance readout. Untick that and then apply. And you'll be good to go. Good to go. Wasn't there a tri-jet that required power input just before touchdown due to the weight still factor? Dad told me about it. Modified landing technique because the plane was so big. Probably one of the DCs, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I don't know. Saving up for a PC because my urge for insane graphics and VATSIM and third-party add-ons and early released aircraft is too high. There you go, Positive Climb. Wish you all the best with that, man. Wish you all the best with that one, my friend. All right. Let's go back inside the aircraft. Actually, sorry, hold on. Let me go ahead and set up our next flight. We're going to have to file off our flight plan because we do have ATC here in Okland now. So we'll have to fire off some information on that. We're going back to Ontario, which is a beautiful approach, by the way. You fly right through the El Cajon Pass and stuff like that on the arrival into there, so it's always beautiful. Good, and we're departing Okland. We're going to Ontario. Good. And we are on the MD-11. MD-11, and we're going to go with they already have a profile as well. TFDi design on profile, so that's always great. Alright, let's go and zero that out. We're departing on runway 30, arriving 26 right. Everything's looking good there. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Good. I'm going to go and send off our flight plan, so that's all ready to go. Going up to 35,000 feet for the return flight, guys, so that's nice. Alright, let me reconnect under a new call sign. Good. Come over here. Hey, Sim Toolkit Pro gave us a 277 on the landing, chat. Definitely under 300. 277 on the landing from Sim Toolkit Pro. Happy with that one. Every other landing that I've seen, every other like content creator or video that I've seen landing this airplane, they've been landing at like 500, 600, 700 feet per minute. So I feel like a 299 is a legitimate butter compared to a lot of the other stuff that I've seen. All right, continue with local. Good, good. This is here, MD-11. Alrighty, banner should be updated up top for the return flight. We are looking good. We do have ground online, all that fun stuff. Zero fuel weight for this next leg is 195.4. 195.4. So similar to the 777, man. Like the weights are almost right there with like zero fuel weights to that 777. Tow weight is going to be 215.7. So like again, right up there, same weights as like the 777, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Kind of damn crazy. Okay, that's good. If this week we're going to see the MD-11 ops right, or maybe the 777, Thursday we're going to fly the MD-11, all Thursday, and then on the weekend we're going to get back to doing some long hauls, Lemon. That's the plan in the 777. So Thursday afternoon and evening stream will be in the MD-11, and Saturday, Sunday stream probably in the 777, maybe Monday back in the MD as well. But yeah, for the next little bit, we're gonna be doing some MD and 777. It's gonna be the main thing here on the channel. So, when does this release? Tomorrow, Steven. Tomorrow is the release date. This is the pre-release stream. It should be available tomorrow for everybody, man. Yeah. What variants releases tomorrow? The packs or the cargo? I believe both variants are releasing. Both variants are releasing. They also are doing the general, the GE engines and the Pratt & Whitney engines. They have since run into a problem with the Pratt & Whitney engines. I don't know. I can't really go in depth about what the problems are, but they've run into some problems with the Pratt & Whitney engines, so I'm not sure if those are shipping tomorrow, but you will get the passenger and the freighter variant of this aircraft. Yes. Can you show us all the flight setup and like your equipment you used to fly and your throttles and your yoke and your radio panel and stuff like that? Here you go, man. There's my yoke. There's my radio panel. My throttles are down here to the right of me. Very simple, very modest setup. If you want to see what my stream room looks like, you can go !FB or !Insta in chat. You can check out my Facebook and my Instagram. I have pictures of my setup up there, but very modest setup, man. I don't have like some crazy, you know, insane stream setup. It's just very modest, man. Couple monitors, my peripherals, and a camera and a microphone, and good to go. Pratt & Whitney engines is delayed. It will be a free update later once they fix it. Correct. All right, cool. Still inside the aircraft. Again, I love the SimBrief integration with this because it's as easy as going back to here, and then you just reload your flight plan. Hit reload flight plan, and boom, Okland back to Ontario. It's pulled in your new flight. Everything's ready to go. I'm going to send the flight plan to the FMC. Good, flight plan has been sent, and then I'm going to set our weights. Payload and fuel has been sent down to the FMC as well. So just like that, nice and easy. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab our clearance while we're sitting here on the ground. Are they done deboarding? GSX, are you done deboarding? Deboarding is complete. Cool. So I'm going to reload SimBrief. Good. And I'm going to get the cargo loaded back up. We're going to request boarding. Beautiful. Boarding has been requested, and we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and call up ground. We'll let them know we've got ATIS information Bravo. So I don't know why passenger bus is coming, but ATIS Bravo probably to load the pilots. I don't know why though. We kept the pilots on board. ATIS information Bravo is live, and we are planning for the Candle 5 departure with the KX transition. So we're gonna go get that in here. Candle 5 KX, good. We'll go ahead and tune to ground 12175, and we'll grab our clearance. Okland ground, very good afternoon again. Fedex 1853 with ATIS information Bravo. If our clearance back to Ontario, please.
Fedex 1853, Okland ground, cleared to the Ontario Airport, Candle 5 departure, KX transition, that is filed. Climb by SID, departures offline, squawk 1716.
FedEx 1853 is cleared back to Ontario via the Candle 5 departure KX transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID departure frequencies offline, and we're squawking 1716.
FedEx 1853, read back correct. Push your discretion, call to taxi, expect only 30 for departure.
Pushes our discretion, we'll advise we're ready to taxi, we'll expect 30. Thanks, FedEx 1853. All right, cool. Nice and easy, friends. We got all that information that we needed. Beautiful. Let's go back to our flight plan page. You can see there's our new flight plan. We're going to go to Okland. We're going to go to... That doesn't... Something's up with that one. Because we're starting in Okland and Ontario, but it's going star... Okland... Star... It should say SID. Yeah, something's definitely broken with that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send flight plan. We'll redo that. And then we'll go to flight plan. We may have just found a bug, friends. We may have just found a bug. It didn't do this to me yesterday. Yeah, see, it's still just going with a star. Which is weird. FMC flight plan init. Oh, I'm an idiot because we didn't do the flight plan init. That would be why. Send to flight plan. Good. Okland to Ontario. Now we're good to go. My bad, chat. It's not the airplane. It's just me being silly. Alternate today is going to be LAX. KLAX. We'll throw that into there. Beautiful. Our flight number for the return flight, we are FedEx 1853. We'll bug that up in here. FedEx 1853. Good. Our cruise level is going to be 350. No step climbs today. So 350 is going in there. And we're going with a cost index once again of 45. Beautiful. Let's go to our init B page. We're going to plug in some information in here. So 216 on the tow weight, which gives us a zero fuel weight of 195.4. Everything is very good there. We're going to go ahead and throw our fuel on board, 21.3. I am going to confirm that is exactly what we want from SimBrief. Good. And then we'll do our zero fuel weight CG, and our takeoff CG is all set there as well. Beautiful. Third init page, we don't need to do the fuel init. Everything's looking fine there. We are all good to go. Cool. Now let's go to flight plan. Now let's go to Okland. Now we've got our standard instrument departure. Candle 5, KX transition, runway 30. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and insert that. Great. And then from there, we're going to scroll all the way down. We're going to find Ontario. We're going to go to our star. We're going to plan for the Ziggy 7 arrival with the Meeker transition, which is Echo Hotel Foxtrot. And we're going to plan for the ILS 28 right, and we're going to take it via Taco. And we're going to go and insert that. Beautiful. Let's scroll through our flight plan. We'll make sure we have no discontinuities. Pardon me. Or anything weird going on, which we don't. Beautiful. Everything looks good to me. I am happy with all of that, friends. Wonderful. Let's go back to our takeoff and departure page now. We're going to grab some departure information. So we'll go up to our perf page here. Okland, we are departing on runway 30. We'll select that. Beautiful. We're going to get the weather information. Good. And then we're going to get our tow weights. We're a little bit heavier departing out of Okland, which is great. Packs will be on, optimum flaps, and we'll go ahead and calculate our V-speeds. Beautiful. Looks like we are going with a flex today of 59 again, so 59 degrees on the flex temp. It's going to give us an N1 of 100.8. Beautiful. Flaps, it's calling for 25 degrees of flaps on our dial flap. Stab trim 5.2. Good. We're going to go with a slope. What are we doing here? Slope is 0. So I think we just do 0 slash, and then wind was, what was the wind? 1 knot. 0 slash 1. Isn't that what we did? There we go. Cool. Outside air temperature was 21C. 21C on the outside air temp. Good. And our V-speeds, oh, it even loads them automatically. 36, 48, 61. 37, 48, 61. Close enough. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Cool. Well, we should just bug that one. We'll go 137. There we go. Cool. 137, 148, 161. Everything looks good there. Wonderful. Looks like they are boarding. Oh, it closes the doors automatically. Let me open those for visual purposes. And there we go. There's our big old MD. Looking good. I don't know why that door's not opening. Bulk? No. Probably because I had to do that one. Isn't that the main door, not the bulk door? I wonder why they're staying closed. Oh, because I have them closed. Silly me. Or is it probably doing it automatically and I'm probably screwing everything up? Yeah, okay. I see. They do it automatically through GSX, and every time I keep doing that, I think I'm just screwing with it and doing weird things. Or because they're not, the wheel chocks aren't set. Is that why? No, just they won't open probably because of GSX. Okay, that's fine. So chat, if you're using this with GSX, don't do that.
Attention aircraft, open ground, we closing in 10 minutes.
All right. Now I want tacos. Gonna get out of here. The ground is closing. See you in Ontario. Sounds good, man. How you liking the aircraft so far? I enjoy it, man. It's fun. It's a handful. It's a handful. I'm gonna bug up 35,000. Just gonna bug up our cruise altitude once again here, friends. 35,000 feet is in there. Beautiful. Runway heading. We're gonna go 300. It's actually like 290 something, but we'll put in 296 or 297. And what was our speed? 161. We'll bug up 161 on our V speed. Good. Cool. Gonna disconnect you so that stops yelling at me. Good. Cool. Got my Protest Sim throttles for the Airbus 737 to E-Jets today. What a great quality. Nice. Very cool. Anyone know whether I should leave my rolling cache on or off? I have a 3060 Ti and I just did a long haul ESK and I got a lot of weird freezes and landed with stutters. I mean, if you have good internet, I don't think that you need to use rolling cache. I think rolling cache is for people that don't want to have to continuously download new internet. So, yeah. NHL news, Stamkos headed to Nashville, Kane is staying with Detroit, Perron headed to Ottawa, Washington traded with Ottawa, Trickman for Nick Jensen. Who's Nick Jensen? I need to see this here. Nick Jensen. I don't like that they traded Nick Jensen. Who is Nick Jensen? He's 33 years old. Okay. Is he a defenseman? 4 million cap hit. He is a defenseman. He's 6'1", 205. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's a little bit of a weird one. Stamkos Toronto bound? They don't have money to sign him, dude. Toronto's like literally up against the cap. They got no money, man. No money. I thought Stamkos would head to Canada. Yeah. Do I stream daily? You can put exclamation point schedule. I stream 4 days a week for 5 streams. 4 days a week, 5 streams. Okay. I think we are done boarding. I think we're looking good. Everything is closed there. I'm going to remove the chocks. Good. I'm going to go to GSX. We're going to prepare for pushback and departure. Quick little turn here, friends. Quick on the turn. Okay, good. Our trim was going to be 5.2. We'll reset our trim. 5.2. Skytime, 20 months. Appreciate you, man. Says 20 months. That's a while. Anyways, how have you been? Plus, what is the mod manager that you're using? I could really use it, but I don't know what it is called. It is called Add-on Manager. That's exactly what it is. Add-on Linker is what it's called on flightsim.to. Add-on Linker. 5.1 on the trim value. I believe 5.2, sorry. On our departure trim. You can see 5.2 is selected there. Beautiful. And we're getting ready to go here, friends. We're all closed up. All of the doors are closed and looking green. Beautiful. We're going to go back to our performance data, and we'll leave that like that for now. Good. I'm going to catch you every day on stream, but Thursdays, unless I'm pulling an all-nighter. Sounds good, man. It's Friday, Cap. Let's get it. I'm excited, Sklit. I am excited, man. I got some chicken marinating. I'm making some Greek souvlaki wraps tonight. Baby, I've had chicken marinating for like 2 days in some Greek salad dressing with some Greek seasoning. Gonna cook that on the barbecue. I went yesterday and got some authentic pitas. I got some onions, got some tomato, got some tzatziki sauce, got some French fries. Oh baby, tonight will be a special night. Straight back, nose left, facing southwest. We're just going to go straight back. Good. Outside and around me, I don't see any other airplanes, which means we're looking good. Park brake is getting released. We're already squawking our new squawk code as well, 1716. Good. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to start the block time. All right, block time has been started on there. Beautiful. And what we'll do is we'll go to the overhead. We'll go ignition system B this time. We used A the first time, so we'll use B this time. And we'll go ahead and start spooling up some engines, shall we? So engine number 3, pull it. N1 percentage on the rise, N2 percentage on the rise. Again, we're looking for about 12% N2, and then you can introduce fuel. There's 12%. We'll introduce fuel. And I'll give you a nice little wing view. Looking forward to the 727. You want me to be honest with you? No, because it's done by FSS. Those guys couldn't complete a project if their life depended on it. So, no, I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm excited about the plane. I'm not excited about the developer that's creating the airplane. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Cap, have you ever flown the CEO model of the Airbus A321? Yes. I don't know where this pushback is taking me, by the way. Hopefully it doesn't take us all the way out, which I think it might. Hopefully it just stops us right here. We're close to it. All right, good engine on number 3. Let's go and spool up engine number 1. Pull it. I think a lot of MD-11s land flaps 35 unless it's a short runway. That might make it feel more normal in the flare. You know what? We'll try flaps 35 on this next arrival. How about that? Probably less of a shallow flare, right? So, introduce fuel. Park brake is on. Engine startup sounds are nice. I do agree. Yeah. Turn them up even a little bit more for you. No, Nick, it's FSS, the same guys that did the E-Jets. Now, I think what they're saying is that they have different developers and different groups within FSS, but I find that hard to believe. I don't know how you have multiple development groups and it's still taking this long to get even anything. I use 35 on this and it works fine most of the time. Sounds good. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try it on the next flight in. Do you remember me at the expo as the kid that won your challenge? Windy, that's you? Very cool, man. Very, very cool, dude. I'll be sending off some emails early next week, Windy, to kind of get everybody's address. Thrustmaster is going to be shipping out all of your winnings. So, all right, 2 good engines. Spool up engine number 2. N1 on the rise, N2 on the rise, EGT alive as well. Beautiful. There's another dev SWS who's making a 727 as well. Ah, well, there you go. Okay, so there you go, Nick. Apparently there's 2 developers making 727s. Intro fuel number 2. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn in this ramp. Might be able to turn. It's a very weird pushback. I think what we'll do is we'll pull this way and then we'll come back around like this and get ourselves lined up. I should have got him to go the other way and face us that way, southwest. Alrighty, dial-a-flap. We're going 25 degrees on our dial-a-flap, friends. Plug in 25 degrees on the dial-a-flap. Oh, baby. Oh, we're going max dial-a-flap. Nice. Let's go flaps. Dial them. I mean, on release, Lemon Wolf, this is by far a more finished product. On release. I haven't flown the Rotate in years. I don't know what it's like nowadays. I'm sure it's probably pretty good now. But on release, this is the far better product. On release. What is dial-a-flap? Dial-a-flap. You have to dial in your flap settings. So you can see here, you've got your flaps. This is basically slats. First is slats. And then you've got dial-a-flap. So you can choose between, I think it's 10 degrees to 25 degrees of flap. It's pretty cool. I think it's fairly unique to this aircraft as well. Auto brake over to takeoff, ground, spoilers, armed. Upstairs, APU goes off. Let's get our, that should have been on, that's fine. Those are on. That is on. And we are looking good. Trim is set 5.2. Dial-a-flap is in. Good. Park brake comes off. Let's go ahead and spin her around here, chat. So we'll get her lined up looking at Bravo. Short of Bravo, sorry. Fedex ramp short of Bravo. Let me just turn her around here quickly. Dial-a-flap. I'd like to phone a friend. Rating for this aircraft? I haven't flown it quite enough, Sean, to give it a full rating. It's very good. It's very good, if that's what you're wondering. It's a very unique aircraft, so it's a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. But I thoroughly enjoy it, man. Thoroughly enjoy it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to arm nav. You'll see nav armed in magenta, and then we're going to arm profile. Profile is now armed as well. This is a little bit of a weird departure out of Okland. I'm not going to really fly it the way that it's... I'm just going to rocket ship out of here. But there are some weird restrictions which cause the departure to be a little bit weird, so... No sim restart? No, man, you don't have to do sim restarts with this sim, man. That was a thing back in the X-Plane days, dude. That's just because X-Plane would usually crash on you. Do you remember on release the Rotate MD-11 kept zigzag? Yeah, it was not good. The MD-11 on release from Rotate was not good. That's why I said I'm sure it's changed now. I'm sure it's a good product now, but yeah, on release it was not very good. What glitches have I seen so far? None. I think it'll only get better, to be honest with you, man. The beauty of this aircraft is I'm sure it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, right? That's the beauty of it. Ground hello again, Fedex 1853 short of Bravo with Bravo, ready to taxi runway 30.
FedEx 1852, Oakland ground is closed, switch over to tower frequency 1272.
272, thank you. Tower, hello, FedEx 1853 with Bravo, short of Bravo, ready to taxi 30.
FedEx 1853 Heavy, Oakland Tower, welcome, runway 30, taxi via Bravo Whiskey.
Runway 30, Bravo Whiskey, FedEx 1853, thanks. Just out of Oakland, nice. We are on our way.
Oakland Tower, Southwest 3850, we're on Whiskey 1, ready for takeoff.
Southwest 3850, Oakland Tower, runway 30, open for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 30, Southwest 3850.
Wonder how X-Plane 12 is like now? Go watch all kinds of videos on it. It's the beauty of YouTube. There's tons of videos up. Is the MD-11 going to be freeware? No. This is a $70 payware aircraft. $69.99. X-Plane 12 is much better now. I would assume that it is. Yes. Probably a good thing. How good is it for $70? I feel it's warranted, Fuber. Considering like the FSS E-jets are what do they cost? 40, 50 bucks now. The CRJ is around 50, 60 bucks. I would say that this is definitely worth it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe he'll make his own JR and he'll be able to just claim everything instead of just a percentage, right? Who knows? You know somebody's going to make a sound pack. Somebody will make a sound pack for the PMDG. If PMDG doesn't address some of the sounds, I'm sure they will, man. Another Southwest 7-3 departing in front of us. I gotta say, man, ever since doing add-on linker, my simulator is just running so nice now. I mean, we're basically getting 60 FPS everywhere we go. It's insanely smooth. Bit of a random question, but where do you put the camera config for the 777? I just put it in the folder. You go to the community folder, click on the PMDG 737, and then open up the sim objects that's in there.
Over to Unicom for Southwest 3850, thanks, have a good night. Or a good rest of the day.
Do you believe they'll bring a 747-400? Yes, PMDG is working on one. PMDG will bring a 747-400. Left turn out, friends. This is a little bit of a wide aircraft, so you want to take your turns a little bit wider than you would in, say, let's say a 7.3 or an A320. Did the CTAF trial end? I hear a lot of people making calls on short traffic in SFO and Unicom. No, it's just most people forget because it's not really, it's more like if you remember to do it, right? It's not, they're not really policing it, so it makes it a little bit difficult, you know? Notice there was an update today for the 777. Are you sure it was today or was it yesterday? What version is it, Disabled Pilot? Is it version 3.34? Because if it was, that came out a couple days ago. The fan animation is ugly. Which one? On this aircraft? Just remember that it's because of the frame gen mod, it looks a little bit weird sometimes. So if I click off of frame gen, you can see it becomes a little bit more natural. When I click on frame gen, you can see it becomes a little bit messy. So do keep that in mind. It's not the aircraft, it's because of the frame generation. Does the add-on linker improve load times? Absolutely, Kyle. Yeah. What does the add-on manager do to improve FPS? Well, you only install scenery that you're flying into, right? So it looks at all the scenery that you have, it then takes it out of the community folder, and you then install scenery by like a flights. So let's say today I wanted to go, for example, yesterday we flew Dulles, Washington Dulles to San Francisco. Those are the only two sceneries that I had installed. Today we're flying Ontario to Oakland, so I opened up add-on linker. I unlinked San Francisco and Dulles, so those are not in the sim anymore, and I relinked, or I linked Ontario and Oakland. So now the only two payware sceneries in the sim right now are those two. So it makes it so just, one, it loads a lot easier, but two, performance. It's not continuously loading and continuously trying to load third-party airports, which I believe is what was causing my issue with the 777, and that's why it was giving me stutters, was just because as we would do like a 6 to 7 hour flight, it was constantly drawing in scenery and undrawing scenery and stuff like that. So, does it work with marketplace airports? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't tested that.
Heavy, runway 30, line up and wait.
Runway 30, line up and wait. Fedex 1853 heavy. Does it do the same for liveries? You can do it for liveries. Yeah, you can do it for liveries. Landing lights on, nose light over to takeoff. High intensity strobe lights are on. We're looking good, friends. Let's get ourselves lined up. I really like the way that the aircraft taxis around the airport as well. It feels very sturdy, very heavy, especially when you're making your turns. I do like this aircraft, chat. I think a lot of you are going to enjoy this. Like I said, it's going to take some time to get used to because the flight model is different. With that big heavy engine on the back, it feels very different. But I think a lot of you will get used to that, and I think a lot of you will enjoy that as well. $70 is a big ask? I mean, I don't think so, dude. What makes you think that, Isaac? You get two variants. You get a freighter and a passenger variant. You get two engine variants. You get Pratt & Whitney and GE engines. You get a working tablet with SimBrief integration. You get CPDLC, which is included as well with the third FMC down here. I don't understand when people say that it's not worth it. I think that's a perfectly fine price tag. $70? Could have easily charged $90, $100, $110. I think $70 is perfectly fair. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'd love to hear why you think $70 is too expensive, but...
2304 knots, runway 30 clear for takeoff.
Runway 30 cleared for takeoff. UPS, sorry, wow, Fedex 1853. Called ourselves UPS there for a second, chat. Cool, sounds are going up. Let's get her going, friends. Throttles to 40%. Looking good. Hit our auto flight. Let's go flying. Throttles up. Let's go. Slight nose down pressure. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed's alive. Knots, we're neutral. V1 rotate. Nice and smooth on your controls, Chad. There she goes. Ooh. Airborne, positive rate, gears going up. Now I'm gonna hit automatic climb. I don't want profile arm, I want. Nope. Oh wow, I really fucked this one up, chat. Don't fall out of the sky, please. Thank you. I forgot that the up arrow is not the button that you want to press. Free change approved over to Unicom. Thanks for ATC, man. We'll see you soon. FedEx 1853. Alright, 122.8. It's because of the speed restriction on this one. You have that speed restriction, but I want it to go to open climb mode. Okay, there we go. Now we're in open climb mode. Now we can just climb. That's what I wanted. I guess you have to wait for a second after departure. Alright, and we should be in nav track. Nav 1, I don't know why it's trying to make me go left, but it's fine. Not dead. Alright, let's go flap retraction. Make our left turn direct candle. Bumpy. Jeez. Alright, 220, let's go slat retraction. We really screwed something up here. Flight plan. We go direct to port. And execute. Thank you. steep. The departure out of Okland is, I find it really throws the FMCs into a little bit of a loop. I don't think I've flown one airplane that it hasn't thrown it for a loop. The departure out of here is, it's one of those tricky ones, man, because of the speed restrictions and everything else in between. Go back on throttle, level off. No. Center to climb. We're going to space. We're going to space. Alright, speed's good, altitude's good. We're climbing. Passing through 8,000 feet already. I'm in thrust climb mode, so I'm going to go autopilot on. Bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Bring those sounds back down just a little bit. You can see we're holding 250. We're passing through 9,200 feet now. We're in 250 pitch climb, nav 1, and climb thrust. Because there is a restriction of 10,000 feet, we're just going to skip the restriction. You can see there's the restriction. We're skipping the restriction. We're going to keep climbing. And now we're going to level off to gain some speed. We're also through 10,000 feet, so all of our lights can go off. We've got the logo lights off here as well. Beautiful. Looking good. Flying over SFO. Yes, it is right down there. San Francisco. There she be in all her glory. It's a cool departure out of there, man. The restrictions seem to throw the FMCs for a big loop. What was the best plane for short hauls in your opinion? Probably the Phoenix A320. Phoenix A320, PMDG 737. Those are probably the two best planes. The only thing is it's very similar to the Indybuilds A300. I think similar amount of variance. That's why I was saying 70 is a big ask. Well, you also have to understand, man, and I think it's a fair assumption. Like I'm saying, that's your opinion. I'm not necessarily saying your opinion's wrong. You also have to understand, man, Indybuilds partnered with Microsoft. They got Microsoft money, dude. They don't need to charge $70, $80 for their airplanes. Also, you have to understand that the A300 is basically a variant of the A310, which they produced for free for Microsoft for this simulator. So I guarantee you, if it wasn't, you know, if the A300 wasn't as similar as the 310, you're probably going to see a bigger price tag, right? But it's basically the same. It's basically the same aircraft, man. You know, it's not. You know, it's not building something complete from the ground up like this aircraft has been doing, for example. You know what I mean? That's why I say, like, at $70, I don't feel that it's a bad price, man. Same as PMDG releasing theirs for $77. I don't feel like that's a bad price either. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's pretty standard. Between $70 and $80 is usually what you would expect to pay for a high-quality add-on. I think that this is a high-quality add-on. I think that people are going to have a ton of fun flying this aircraft and learning it and kind of the ins and outs about it and the different systems. But yeah. Love when I'm taking off. Longitude ETC tells me unrestricted climb. I rocket that thing up to space. Yes, absolutely. Is it possible to get 100 FPS? Depending on your PC, you got a 4090. Yeah, no, probably no problem. All right, 310 on the climb. We're coming up through 16,000 feet. En route back to Ontario, my friends. Looking real good. Looking real good. Absolute rocket ship out of here. Yes, this plane will get you where you need to go. Correct. Yeah. Most excited for the 7.5. Real world Delta ops will be fun. Correct. Yeah. Delta, United. United's got a lot of them as well. 18,000 feet. We will go standard barometric pressure. Come down here. Standard baro 2992. And back over here. Standard baro 2992. Beautiful. Phoenix is too heavy for your PC? I have not tried loss scaling. No, I use FrameGen and I get really great frames, so I just use FrameGen. Is it worth it as is this aircraft? I would say so. Yeah. Yep. I'd say so. 7,100 nautical mile range on this thing? Damn, really? Sheesh. That's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. Some Lufthansa cargo ops would be sick. Absolutely. Especially with that new freeware Frankfurt that came out, Zeus. Yeah, buddy. We'll have to maybe do some of that on Thursday. Some retro Lufthansa cargo. Lufthansa. PMDD 777 or TFDi MD-11, both great. I think you got to own both, if I'm being honest with you. I think both aircraft deserve to be owned. That's just me. Obviously, as a content creator and a sim streamer, I'm going to say something like that, but if you can afford it, I think both of these aircraft deserve the same amount of love. Yeah. Glad TFDi took the time to get it right. I agree with you as well, Jeff. I certainly agree with you, man. I still think that they've got some work to do, but I am... yeah, this gets my seal of approval of aircraft. I think that this is, I think this is a great aircraft. And I think it's just going to get better. You know what I mean? The add-on linker helped with loading times. Yes, absolutely. Cap, I believe TFDi are incoming into chat. Well, that's good. Cool. Very cool. Wait, is that you, Scott? James, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well. Current favorite airplane is the MD-11 Phoenix A320 and the Anybuilds A300. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the aircraft. Like I said, man, it's different. So don't get upset at yourself if your first 5-10 landings aren't exactly the way that you think they should be going. But that being in mind, just be realistic. You're flying cargo, right? Like I say, man, anything under 300 feet per minute, you should probably walk away and consider that a great landing, especially for an aircraft of this size and this magnitude. These airplanes aren't butter machines, right? If you want a butter machine, just go fly your 777, right, or something like that, your 7-3, something that these are not butter machines. These are meant to just smack into the runway, get you down safely. Like, if you go look at some of the landings of MD-11s, they are not graceful at all. At all. So. Nice, AJ, thank you. What are graphics? AMD 7000 processor, Ryzen 5 7600. 16 gigs of DDR5, 32 gigs of, I mean, yeah, it would be okay, positive climb. I've definitely seen better computers, but yeah. I'm a lowly tester, but they are aware that you are showing it. Nice, awesome. Well, I'm glad that, I'm glad, man. I'm very happy with the product so far, dude. As I've mentioned to everybody, I think it's something that everybody, if you're a fan of the MD-11, if you're a fan of cargo ops, if you're a fan of just wanting something different in your simulator, I really feel that this is a must-have, man. I think they've done a really great job, especially considering this is their first aircraft for Microsoft. I definitely see it getting better, but for the most part, I'm very impressed with what they've brought forth. A little bit quirky, a little bit things here and there. You know what I mean? Maybe need some tweaking and some touches, but yeah. Do you have any recommendations for around 1,000 pounds? I'd have to look, man, to be honest with you, dude. I'd have to look. So, done your 160th flight today. It's come a long way. Damn, that's impressive, dude. That's impressive. TFDi Design coming in with a subscription. Well, thank you very much, my friends. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aviator Chill, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Cap flew the 777 today, loving it, but still got a few glitches. When I disconnect the autopilot, the alarm kept ringing overall. Callum, just make sure you hit the button on your, like that would be your autopilot disconnect. So if it keeps ringing at you and doing weird things, you just hit that one. Still working on the new PC. I mean, I'm not working on anything yet. I do plan on building a PC towards the end of the year. I was waiting for Microsoft 2024 to come out so I can kind of get some specs and some baselines of what I think and how I should build it around. You have to double press the autopilot disconnect button in Boeing. Correct, you could do that as well. Now, for some reason, Cap Nolan, when I do that, sometimes it just re-engages autopilot. So maybe I have my autopilot disconnect on my yoke set a little bit differently, but yeah. Just saw wing view the MD-11 landing, and yes, it slammed. Oh yeah, dude, these are not graceful airplanes. They're not at all. If you know, like I said, go pull up some landing compilations of the MD-11 on YouTube, and you'll see, like, they're not graceful, man. There's a reason that these are just like heavy, long-haul cargo, you know, supreme masters is because of that, you know. So you won't go for the new 50 series, for example, a 4090, which will cost way lower. 4090s are still probably going to be around $2,000, even when the 5000 series come out. So yeah, we'll see. Mr. Daniel Barry, gifting 5 members to the channel. Thank you very much, Daniel. Appreciate you. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for the support. Truly do appreciate that and the kind, all the support to the channel, Mr. Barry. Thank you, dude. Capquash, one question. Why do I get so many starters with frame gen and deboarding only happens when deboarding? Could just be that your VRM usage is going through the roof. One terabyte of files is crazy, but I don't know how to organize it. Add-on linker, man, probably the best way. MD, maybe butter. Like I said, dude, under 300 feet per minute, you got to be happy. This isn't an A320 or one of those, you know, 777 butter machine. This is a, you know, these things get high approach speed usually leads to, you know, not as buttery, if you will. Will TFDi round out that of left cockpit post that is jagged? I'm curious. Left cockpit post that is jagged. Which one are you looking at? What is jagged? Left cockpit post. This? I don't notice any jagged textures. I would actually say the texturing, the modeling is very impressive, to be honest with you. Top left corner. What are we looking at here, man? What are we talking about? I feel like we're just being a little bit silly now and nitpicking. Top left corner of where? Where the window post is? Next question, please. Cap Brants, €2. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Says keep up the good work. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you very much for your support. There's no jagged textures, man. There's no, like, I don't understand what you're talking about. There's no jagged textures. There's nothing out of the ordinary, man. Everything is symmetrical. Everything looks great. Look, I'll even hide the tablet for you. Everything looks great there, man. Everything that I'm seeing looks perfectly normal and perfectly fine. I'm not seeing anything. Hello, TFDi. Good to see you guys, man. Welcome to the stream chat. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you for delivering us such a great product. I'm very, you trust me. Well, unless you've got something with your eyes that shows there's nothing there, man. There's not really much for me to trust. I'm literally showing what you asked, and you said there was something wrong with the textures, so I'm showing you what is there, and there's nothing wrong. Anyways, thank you guys. Very excited, TFDi, for the release for you guys tomorrow, man. I hope everything goes smoothly, and I hope you very much success in the Microsoft market and continued products. You got to bring us the 717 now, right? Come on, guys. I feel like it's the natural thing to do. I feel like we got to get the 717 from you guys, so appreciate it, man. Should set the A330 gear on the MD-11 and do a video. No, thank you. Does the cockpit door open? Yes. You have to unlock it, so it's down here. Go to the unlocked position, and then you can open up the door, and there you go. Opening up the door, and you can actually walk through here as well. There is a glitch with the textures right now, so keep that in mind. They are aware of it, and it will be addressed hopefully by the release of the aircraft, but there's like the Fedex logo should be there, and for some reason it's not showing up for me. It could also be the livery. This isn't, this is a livery downloaded off flightsim.to, so it could be the livery as well that's doing something like that. But yep, you can go all walk, you can walk around, you can check everything out if you want in here. So yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty damn cool. Back up here to my seat, close the door, and we'll hit the lock button again. Good. Greg, 18 months, appreciate you, my friend, says, thanks for continuing to bring us great content. Hey, Greg, thank you for the support. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Incredibly kind. Captain Brant's also coming up into business class. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for support as well. Really do appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind. How much will it be? The aircraft will be $70 for the freighter or passenger variant. If you want both, it's going to be $70 plus another $10, so $80 if you want the passenger and the cargo variant. I personally am just interested in flying the cargo variant. I think a lot of people are probably going to be like me as well. They're just going to want to fly the cargo one, but yeah. Just a livery. The ones on TFDi site are fully updated, so you're aware. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So it is just delivery. It's not part of the aircraft. It's just delivery, guys. So we'll be able to fix that later on. How do you lower your VRAM usage? Turning down some of the settings, Mark. So your object LOD, maybe instead of running clouds on ultra, move them down to high or something like that. All right, looks like we are cruising for about 100 and so miles. Let's go outside and, again, let's just enjoy the sheer beauty of this aircraft. The texturing and the modeling is absolutely fantastic. I love, love, love how worn and old everything looks. Big kudos to the TFDi team for that, man. Does the MD-11 feel more like a Boeing or an Airbus flight dynamics, or does it have its own quirks making it special to fly? I would say it has its own quirks. It's definitely very back-end heavy.
It took a hell of a man to take my Anne, but it sure didn't take him long.
Skyman. Jetstar dropping the $68 donation and also grabbing top spot on the month. Huge enough floaties to you, Jetstar. Thank you for the support, my friend. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. To answer the question, Swim, it flies probably more like a Boeing, but it is unique in a sense that because it is so tail heavy, you have to be aware of that. So when you go to initially flare, you have to be a little bit more shallow on your initial flare as you're departing, because otherwise if you don't, the whole thing will just, right, because it's so ass end heavy. So that initial flare, very easy pull back on your yoke or your joystick when you're initially starting to take off, and then you'll feel the aircraft kind of like lift itself off. Same kind of goes for the arrivals, right? You can really feel it. It's very ass heavy. Like when you're coming in for a flare, you can feel it's very easy to pull back and the aircraft kind of go like this. You'll notice where I think it has its own quirks is when you're trying to nose down a little bit, you'll notice that it'll start to nose down, and then almost like within that you'll notice that like it really wants to tip over. And again, that's just the center of gravity and how the aircraft is designed, because as soon as you it's hard to get that initial nose down because of how heavy it is on the back, but once you do get that nose down, it really starts to nose down. So I would say it's unique. I would say it flies more like a Boeing, but it's also kind of unique in that essence, is it's just so back end heavy. Once again, thank you very, very much for the support, Jetstar. Guys, can we please get some love and chat for Jetstar dropping the $68 donation? We'll get you up top on that leaderboard, my man. Thank you very, very much for the support, dude. I appreciate you grabbing top spot on the first day of the month. Thank you very, very much, man. Captain Lee, you lasted longer than I think you originally thought you would, so that's always a good sign. Get you up there, Jetstar, and we're going to put you with the, we're going to put $69 because you were close to 69. We like to round up. We're going to put you at $69 with Captain Lee in second spot, and we'll get 49 whiskey moved down to 49 whiskey down to this spot. Good. There we go. I just turned off my lights. I don't know how I changed that. I turned off the lights on my keyboard and I don't know how I turned them back on. It's a cheap little keyboard, but does TFDi have plans of bringing the DC-9? I have no clue. Oh, the DC-9 Neo, the 717. I hope so. I hope so, but I have no clue, man. You'll have to speak with TFDi. I don't want to speak for them. I would love to see their 717 in the simulator. I think it would be great. I really think it would be cool. The death chamber? What, the 717's the death chamber? Look at those views down there. That's a screenshot right there, chat. Screenshot. Maybe another screenshot right like that too. Tell me that's just not gorgeous in every aspect possible. Look at that thing, man. The tri-jets. What did Rob at PMDG? I'm a three-holer. I'm a three-hole type of guy. Easy there, Rob. Easy there, Robbie. I'm a three-holer. What does TFDi stand for? Serious question. I plead the ignorance. Never heard of them before. Great question. I don't know either. Total Fidelity Development something? I have no clue, man. It's a great question. I don't know. Just cargo ops for me, but the passenger variant will be good for YouTube channels to do aircraft crash recreations. Sure. Yeah. Neil, I forgot to say something. Happy Canada Day, Captain Canada. I'm a dual citizen, Canadian and Isle of Man. Very cool, Swim. Happy Canada Day to you as well, my friend, and to all my fellow Canadians. Speedy Blue Ninja, hey Cap, what should I look at getting an RTX 3090 series GPU at some point in the future? 3090s are still really expensive. I'd be going with a 4080 Super, probably around the same price as the 3090 and probably better performance with native frame gen built in. I'd be going with a 4080 Super. Tacos, fajitas, Doritos, like all those things. It is Canada Day. Yes, July 1st. July 1st. I'd say the cute panda helps with the aircraft. I mean, it is nice to look at, that's for damn sure. But even just the aircraft in itself, man, it's just so beautiful. Such a great looking airplane. Big fan of the airplane. I have no more stutters, Christian. I started using add-on linker and removing all the scenery and utilities and stuff that I don't need running in the sim, and that seems to improve my stability much more. Yeah. I have a 4080 and it's awesome. Hoping to even get more performance in 2024 with multi-thread. Absolutely, Yuri. You definitely should. Yeah. With the MD-11 out now, we need a 7.5. Correct. Yeah, 7.5, 7.6. Those are some other cargo beauties that would be available. Yep. Careful, Cap. That's the plane from Tom Hanks on Castaway. There you go. Nice. Yeah. The FedEx Panda Express. ECAP for add-on linker, do you have to uninstall, reinstall your scenarios, or can you simply move them out of your community folder? Simply move them out of the community folder, SLR. So what I can suggest you do, SLR, is just create another folder on the same drive that your Microsoft is on. Just call it like Community Extra or Community 1 or Community 2. Move all of the contents from within the community folder that you want to use with add-on linker. Move them into that folder. Then when you launch add-on linker, it's going to ask you which folders and like where you have your scenery installed. You then direct it to where it's installed outside of the community folder, and then it's just super easy. And then it asks you where your community folder is, your actual community folder. You link it to add-on linker, and then you just choose which sceneries you want installed or uninstalled. There's a big red sign, big red circle when the scenery isn't installed. As soon as you click on it, it makes a symbolic link and the symbol goes green, and that lets you know what you have installed and what you don't have installed. Very intuitive program, very cool. It took me about an hour until I felt like completely comfortable with it, which is kind of surprising. Usually I'm not very good when it comes to stuff like that, so yeah. How do you celebrate Canada Day? By streaming with you guys and hanging out, man. I don't really drink, man. I don't really party. I'm gonna have a barbecue by myself. Maybe invite my neighbor if he's home. I don't know. I'm going out tomorrow, man. I'm gonna spend the next couple days out with the fiance out at the farm. So, yeah, she's got something early tomorrow morning. I was gonna go tonight, but she's got something early tomorrow morning, and yeah, I'll go out and see her tomorrow and Wednesday, hang out with her. and then we're back here streaming Thursday, and then I'll probably go out there again on Friday and hang out with her. So, do you have fireworks? Yeah, there's always big fireworks shows and stuff like that. It's great that Microsoft's starting to have larger aircraft hangars. 2024 is a big year. I agree. Yeah. Hopefully TFDi servers won't be as bogged down as PMDGs. Correct. Yeah. I hope they don't have like such an archaic way of handling tickets and stuff like that as well too, right? So that should definitely help in itself. All right, we're about 60 miles till top of drop, cruising along here nicely, 35,000 feet at a Mach 0.80. This thing can go pretty quick as well, Chad. So I think it's pretty common to see like 8.2, 8.3 even on this thing. So that's why it can do those transatlantic voyages fairly quickly. Did you leave anything in the community folder? I took everything out but made a preset for things I want permanently. I kept all of my airplanes, liveries, and like nav data, so like my Navigraph stuff and GSX. Those things are staying within the community folder, and that's what's like, I only have 55 folders in my community folder, and I think like 50 of them are that. So yeah, airplanes, liveries, nav data, and GSX. Those are the only things still running in my community folder that I leave running in there. Hopefully I won't get an activation key at 3:30 a.m. That would be fun. Yeah. For the price, would you say that the MD is better than the 777? Again, man, I don't think I can make that comparison. You're not the only one, Trillis, that's asked me that. Two very different airplanes, two very different markets, I feel. I feel that the MD-11 is going to take advantage of the cargo market, whereas I feel that the PMDG 777 is all about like the long-haul passenger stuff right now, right? Until maybe the freighter variant comes out of the 777. I feel they're both great airplanes. I don't think I would be able to choose one. Now that I've flown both, and I've got a couple flights under my belt in both, I think that they're both really good aircraft. I think you should have both, if that makes any sense. I think they're both worthy of owning. That's my best answer that I can give you, man. I don't think I would be able to pick one. They're both great. This one does everything that you want it to do. It's great to have for cargo. It's super cool to have as a tri-jet. We don't get a lot of tri-jets in the simulators, right? Big fan of it. Same as the 777, man. The PMDG 777 is fantastic in almost every aspect. The sounds could be better, but that's about it when it comes to the 777. Both great airplanes. I think both deserve to be in your hangar for you to enjoy. That's as good as I can get it. Hey, Cap, for add-on linker, do you have to uninstall, reinstall scenarios, or you simply move them to another folder? Yep, somebody just asked me that, SLR. The biggest thing that I can do is, like, let's say if you have, I would just make a new folder, right? So you have your community folder, like your actual community folder and your official folder. Make a new folder on whatever hard drive your Microsoft is installed on. Right-click, new folder, call it Community 1 or something, right? Then take everything from your community folder that you want to use for add-on linker and copy that into your add-on linker profile or the folder that you just made. And then in add-on linker, you link both of those folders. So you link where the scenery is installed, and then you link your actual community folder. There's tons of tutorials online as well. If you're curious, I would say watch some tutorials online when it comes to add-on linker, especially if you're going to be like messing around with scenery and stuff like that. The tutorials are going to be able to explain it a little bit better than I can, and more importantly, the tutorials will be able to actually like physically show you. Do you know what I mean? That's the easiest way to do that. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully. More than 4,600 hours on VATSIM professional streamer. Yeah, I've been at it for a while, man. Still doing X-Plane? I haven't flown X-Plane in quite a while, Oliver. Nah, man, I really haven't. Is TFDi a US company? I believe so, yes. But like nowadays, man, like any company, it's usually from people all over the world, right? Canada, Europe, South America, it's kind of everywhere, man. Cap, I'm having weird lag and a little bit lower FPS after flying for 3 hours on average, but my GPU and CPU memory statistics are normal. Temperature also. Do you know what causing this? Again, I can suggest maybe checking out add-on linker, Captain Baku. I don't know how many add-ons you have installed. Pardon me. I don't know how many add-ons you have installed, but I would take a look at add-on linker, and maybe that can help some of the issues that you've been having, man. It's definitely helped me. My simulator is running butter smooth. I have no stutters. Even on VATSIM and stuff, flying into heavy airports, my performance is absolutely fantastic. So I can highly suggest checking it out. All right, we're about 20 miles to the top of descent, friends. If we open up our charts here and we look at the EMSO, nope, I forgot to unload. Import you. Thank you. All right, the Ziggy 7 arrival. We've got 14000 at Flavor. And then from Flavor, we're going to be descending down. We're looking for Taco. If we go to our charts, approach, 26 right, Taco. We've got Taco. And then we've got Z-Blue at 3,400 feet. So I'm going to take this down to about 4,000 feet initially. You know what? We'll do it properly. Let's go to 14,000. That's the first descent on Ziggy. We need to be at Flavor for 14,250 knots, and we'll go from there. As you can see, we're going to arm profile. There we go. Forgot to rearm profile. Nothing wrong with that. And then you can see now we've got profile down to 14,000, which is correct. So just before Lando, we will start our descent. We're holding at 35,000 feet now. Good. Just curious because my bank is weird about international purchases. Interesting. What bank do you use? Is it a Canadian bank or? Avi, I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I guess it depends what scenery you would have installed and depends how your external drive, right? Like if you've got a USB-C external drive, you're probably fine, you know? So don't forget the replay. We've got replay loaded up. You might have to spam replay at me to remind me, but yeah, we've got our replay ready to go. He got Frat on Linker. Do you have to uninstall? Yeah, SLR, I already answered you, man. I answered twice, actually, within the last 5 minutes. Guys, if you're going to ask a question and a serious question,
I saw a squirrel crossing
please
the
listen
street, its cheeks full of nuts. The squirrel got caught up in a passing bicycle tire. Once free, the squirrel staggered away. The lucky squirrel didn't lose his life, but he might have lost his nuts.
Jetstar with a $10 donation. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for another $10 donation. I will add that onto your total for the month. Appreciate you, my friend. Guys, get some love in chat for Jetstar. Drop another $10 donation. 79 bones on the month. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Jetstar. Thank you, dude. Squirrel! Squirrel. Did you see Swiss at the expo? I did see Swiss, yep. Said hello to him, had a nice little conversation with him. But yes, guys, if you're having issues or you want to know more information about add-on linker, I highly suggest just going to check out some videos on YouTube, some videos on Google. There's going to be videos everywhere. There's going to be tutorials. It's going to be a lot easier for you to understand and comprehend what's going on with add-on linker instead of like me trying to explain it to you without having it up in front of me. Just go and watch some videos, guys. Just put into Google, put into YouTube, add-on linker MSFS tutorial, and I guarantee you there's going to be amazing videos out there that'll help you far better than I can help you out. Is the MD-11 going to have an option for winglets and no winglets, or is it going to be delivery base? It's a good question. Does it have non-winglets? I think they kind of all have that little sharklet type thing. I don't know if I've ever seen an MD without like a winglet like that, so I'm not sure. I'm honestly not quite sure. Add-on linker is great, but I can make updating things a pain in the ass. A2A seems to always require a reinstall when it updates. Interesting. I don't link my aircraft or anything like that for Scepter, so I only link scenery. I keep my aircraft, my liveries, things that like I usually am changing or updating, that stays where it is. I usually don't do any of that. Passing 14,000 feet into Ontario. See you there. Sounds good, mate. See you there. They have straight wing MDs. Interesting. Okay. But I didn't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a straight winged MD. Those got to be like the old ones. Cross country, what's up, man? How am I digging the MD-11? Good. I'm enjoying it, man. Yeah. Cap, I installed your camera config files for the 777. It's my first time installing config files. How do I use the views when I control 1 through 9? They're just basic views. Yeah, Michael, a lot of people have been having issues with installing the views. I still don't understand the Microsoft Flight Simulator views and how they... Honestly, man, the easiest thing that I can say, again, Michael, go and check out some tutorials. My good friend XP72, he has a great tutorial on how to make your own wing views and stuff like that. I highly suggest watching some of the tutorials and just kind of learning how to do them yourself. That way it works 100% of the time. When you learn how to set a custom wing view, you can do a custom wing view, and I suggest going that route, man. Tons of tutorials out there. Tons of great little things of information that can help out.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. 1132 on the barrow. Minimums. Start spinning, chat. 1132. Hold left shift. 1132. CST has an amazing tutorial showing how to do it without leaving the sim. There you go. CST Gaming, good friend of the channel as well. He's got a great, go over to his YouTube channel and he's got a great tutorial. CST Gaming. There you go, man. I think all you have to do too is you just have to open up the developer menu or something, right? Cap, do you guys have sprayed flour? Ew, no. I buy from the dispenser. I don't buy, that sounds like some black market type shit, dude. I'm sure in the black market there's some weird shit going on, but nah, I buy all my bud from the dispensaries now, man. Only through like legitimate companies as well. 1132, good. 1132 is in and set for our minimums on the barrow. And the weather in Ontario, winds are variable at 4, 10 mile visibility, clear, 32 degrees, 2-9er, 8-9er. 2-9er, 8-9er. Get that set up and ready to go here in a second. Nice. Auto linker is great. Like I had the Budapest scenery, I have no idea I had it. See, there you go. Not even dev menu, just a camera menu. Okay, nice. There you go itself. Hey Cap, would you recommend a CPU cooler? Games have been freezing for me since last week. Do you not have a CPU cooler on right now? Have you been keeping an eye on your temperatures? Keep an eye on your temperatures and see what things are doing. You know. It was a DC-9 that didn't have winglets, very similar to the MD-11, is longer and has winglets. Okay, so all of them do? Yeah. Yeah, I've already answered you twice, SLR, which is why I said I'm not going to answer it again, because I just feel chat has probably heard me talk about add-on linker 1,500 times just in this stream alone. So like I said, man, if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, man, just go look for some YouTube tutorials. Some Google stuff. There's, yeah. Can it handle time acceleration? I have no clue, man. I've never used time acceleration, so I don't know if this aircraft has it. I don't know. That's something you'd have to ask TFDi. Are your comments visible? Yes, of course. PC came with the fan-cooled CPU. Ah, okay. Well, like Dan suggested, thermal paste maybe first, and then kind of go from there. Maybe reapply some thermal paste. And then worry about maybe getting a new cooler or something like that. Haven't flown to Ontario or Okland since the Infinite Flight days. This is a blast from the past. Ah, dude, the arrival into Ontario is so beautiful. You fly right through the El Cajon Pass, and then you make the turn down in over the city. It's gorgeous. Love flying into Ontario, man. You got like the desert out on this side, and then you've got the beautiful mountains. Yeah, love flying into Ontario, man. It can handle time acceleration, recommended at 2 times at the moment. Okay, so there you go. 2 times time acceleration. 2 times. All right, speed's starting to roll itself back. We're still looking for 14,000 at flavor. We're on profile. It's asking me to add some drag, so I'm going to add a little bit of drag. Just going to help with the aircraft. Tower frequency is 120.6, so that's going to be our CTAF frequency. We'll bug up 120.6. Good. And I'm just going to change my dial of flap. I'm going to change that out here to... I forget what they say to set it to after... Like, do you just reset it completely, the dial of flap? To like 9 or 10, or like how do you do it, or just usually set it back to like 15 or something? It's one question I'd like to know about the dial-a-flap, where exactly it gets set to after departure. 15 seems to be pretty common because slats flaps 15 degrees, but I could also see 10 degrees as well. So speaking of that, we're going to go slats out. I'll give you a beautiful view of the slats coming out, and again, how quick the slats come out. Apparently it's like this in real life, very quick. Slat retraction and slat advance. Dial-a-flap, I love it, dude. Set it to 15 for most. Cool. Sweet.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. I love this aircraft so much, man. All right, let's keep her descending. We're going to go down to, I think, like 5,000 feet at like Taco or something like that. I don't think there's an altitude restriction for Taco, but I know that at Z-Blue we need to be at 3,600, so 5,000 at Taco seems to be pretty common. 2.9er, nope. 2.9er, 8.9er on the altimeter. Set that now on all three. 2.9er. I wonder if there's a setting to make it so I can just set one of these and it's good. I'd like to see that. All right, there we go. Profile descent now down to 4,300 is what it's saying. So that's what I'm going to bug up. 4,300 profile. Descend to. And there we go. Continuing the descent, friends. Look at that wing flex, man. The wing flex on this thing is another thing that impresses me a lot. Just the whole movement of the aircraft, the wing flex is just beautiful, man. Coupled VNAV or advisory only. Explain the difference, Jeff. Sorry, I'm kind of stupid. I don't know a lot. I just know how to fly these airplanes. I don't know a lot about like the oh, well, this has this and this has that and that has that. No, I just fly the airplanes. I get paid to fly them, not paid to know what the hell I'm doing. It does have VNAV though, if that's what your question is, like will it descend and will it meet restrictions for altitude and speed? Yes, it will do all of that. So it has a fully functioning VNAV. Did a flight with the 777 today, YYZ to Cancun, landed with a 128. Nice, very nice. If not asked already, how does the TFDi compare to Rotate systems functionality wise? I haven't flown the Rotate trip in probably 3 or 4 years. I don't know how advanced they are. I would say on release, this is definitely much better. So, yeah. Coupled VNAV means the autopilot will follow it rather than only providing an indicator. No, I think it has full VNAV, Jeff. Yeah. Curious what time they'll release tomorrow. I have no clue, Yuri. You'll have to just keep an eye on the PMDG. Keep an eye on the TFDi website. Sorry, so many airplanes releasing this week. And everybody's talking about it. Anyone know if there's a sound pack for the 777? Not yet. Not yet, Felix. It just came out, man, like 5 or 6 days ago. So it's going to take some time for a sound pack to come out if it does come out. PMDG is supposedly working on an update with the engine sounds. Just have to be patient. Yep, that as well. That as well. Hopefully they can fix them up to everyone's liking. There's the El Cajon Pass. I think I'm saying it correctly. Can you fly the MD-11 with the officer pack? Absolutely, man. You can fly whatever. Yeah, of course. Of course, my amigo. All right, altitude's looking good. Speed's looking great. 220. We are descending through 12,000 feet now. You can see the arrival, how it takes us in. It's just so beautiful, man. This is why I love flying into Ontario. They keep you high at 14,000 feet to get over these mountains, but then once you're like kind of clear of these mountains, it's just a descent in, and you can see into the valley. You see all the smog, and you descend into the valley, and then Ontario Airport is actually right over here. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool approach. I love flying into Ontario. Sucks that when I got to fly into here in real life, it was during nighttime. I didn't really see anything. What time is our arrival? We should be down on the ground in probably about 10 minutes. It's not a very long arrival. We're basically turning in and we're just getting ourselves set up now. Coming up on 10,000 feet. Speed is below 250, so we're looking good. Let's go and get our landing lights on. And we'll also make sure that we go and get our logo light on. Good. Ground spoilers are armed. Yep, sorry, ground spoilers are already armed, and I've got my auto brake set to medium as well. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my auto brake to min. because we were rolling out all the way to the end of the runway. If you look at the arrival here into Ontario, we're landing on 26 right, and we're going all the way down here. So the longer we can keep this rolling, maybe we vacate Kilo, maybe even Foxtrot, and then we can just do a short little taxi down into there. Well, that is the plan, my amigos. Going to Parliament Hill for the fireworks? No. Can't be bothered with that, man. And deal with a bunch of drunks and stuff like that? God, no. That does not sound appealing at all. At all. What CPU coolers would you recommend? Depends how much money you want to spend, man. Nock 2 has got some really great coolers. It depends, man. Depends if you want to go water cooling. Depends if you want to go air cooled. Look at that wing flapping out there, chat. Look at that over the pass. Big Bear's up and over there. That's enough, Brad. I've seen enough from you over the last couple of weeks, man. Bye-bye. Disabled Pilot, thank you very much, man, for the £2. I appreciate you. Says Happy Canada Day from the US. From the UK, sorry. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support, Disabled Pilot. I appreciate you, man, and thank you very much for the kind words. Thank you, man. Happy Canada Day. Dude, it's just been filled with odd comments, man. He's obviously a troll. Like, he comes in here and he just says the most random shit, dude. But I've been putting up with it, put up with it. But that's the final straw, man. See you later. It's Monday, dude. I've been streaming. I got home on Wednesday. We've been streaming since Wednesday, and we've had like 8-hour streams every day. Like, patience is paper right now, so everybody just chill, man. Just enjoy the stream. Stop being fucking weird. Go be weird on Reddit, or go be weird on some sex fetish forums. I don't know, dude. Why come into a flight sim stream to be a weirdo? That's what I don't understand. Go be weird somewhere else, man. Nobody will stop you be weird there. What did he say? Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, you guys said that we wanted to do a flaps 35 today. We'll try flaps 35 degrees. So 164 on the VAP speed. That's absolutely insane. 164 knots on your approach speed, Chad. The approach is going to happen like that. But it'll be interesting to see if it flares different characteristics. We're going to try flaps 35 today. See how that goes. I am going to go 190 on the speed. Good. Pin it. Good. Remember, guys, if you want the speed, you have to select it. Then you have to go down arrow. Then you have to set your speed. Then you have to down arrow again for it to like pre-select and then set. Let's go flaps 15 degrees. There they come. Beautiful. The only thing with the approach is the speed is faster. Correct. Yeah.
Stabilizer motion.
Stabilizer motion. 4,300 feet. That's our cap out right there, friends. 190 knots. We're looking good. I'm going to hold that. I may bring us down to 3,000. I thought it was 3,200. 3,400 at Z Blue. So I'm going to bug up 3,400 just in case I need to get it. I'm going to go 3,400. I think we should be good, though. We're making the turn now. As soon as localizer comes alive, I'm going to arm it. Remember that these are an older airplane, so you don't want to arm your approach too early. Now that localizer's alive, we can arm approach. There we go. We've got approach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go vertical speed, and I'm going to go like 500 feet per minute till it intercepts glide path. So there's localizer captured. You can see loc captured, and then this will change to GS once glide slope has been captured. We're looking good right now at 190 knots. Descending. It said motion. Stabilizer motion. Stabilizer motion. All right, there is land armed with the glide slope. Beautiful. We are now on glide slope. Good. Again, we'll wait for the 2,500 foot call out, and then we'll drop the gear and kind of get things ready to go. I am going to bring the speed back to about 185 knots. Good.
2,500.
There it goes. Let's go gear down. Let's go next stage of flaps, which is 28 degrees. We'll then get our final approach speed, which was 164. Absolutely absurd. 164. Set. And we'll go flaps 35. Once we're through 180 knots, we can go flaps 35 now. There we go. And I'll give you a view of our flaps coming out to 35 degrees. And those are going to be our landing flaps. The sounds are very nice. Yes, I've been impressed with the sounds thus far. Cool. 167 on the, 164 on the VAP speed. Good. Let's go ahead and start our...
Stabilizer motion.
Yes. Let's go ahead and start our recording. Friends, I'm going to take control of the aircraft. I want to hand fly it from here. Get a little bit more feeling with the aircraft before touchdown. Let's do it. Auto throttles are off. My throttles, and I will go ahead and take control of the aircraft as well.
Autopilot.
My aircraft. Beautiful. Good. Let's have some fun. Dazza coming in with the 5 pounds. Thanks so much, Dazza. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, Dazza. Extremely kind. This is Heatcap. Sorry I haven't been around, but going to be laid off from my job. Had to cancel my membership and hopefully won't have to sell my PC. Fuck. I'm sorry to hear that, Dazza. Hopefully you can get on the up and up and get a new job sooner than later. Appreciate all the support over the years, Dazza, and I completely understand, man. I wish you all the best, dude. Fingers crossed. You can get up out of this, no problem, my friend. Appreciate you, dude. 1,000. Lights are on. We're looking good. Glide slope's looking great. Speed's looking good. Now we just have to not fall out of the sky, chat. Remember, anything under 300 feet per minute, oh boy, my bad. Anything under 300 feet per minute, we're happy. Remember that, chat. We're bougie. We're looking good. We're happy. Anything under 300 feet per minute. Add some sounds in for you guys here.
500.
500. Too light, too red. We're looking good.
400.
Slight crosswind, but we're fine.
300.
Yep.
Stabilizer motion.
Yep.
Approaching minimum.
Yep.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hey, Captain.
Nice and
sorry
gentle,
not being
nice
around,
and
but going
gentle.
to be laid
There
off
we
from
go.
my job.
Nose down
Had to
gently,
cancel my
reversers are out.
membership and hopefully won't have to sell my PC.
307. So close. Alright, we down, we decelerating. A 299 and a 307. At least we're consistent. Remember, we're rolling it out all the way to the end. This is perfect. Those reverse sounds need work. 70 knots. Reverser stowed. Yeah, those reverse sounds need work. And we'll keep it rolling out, chat. If we can roll this all the way to the end, that would be great. Actually, you know what? We're going to go right here. We'll vacate right here to the right. Sounds like a tornado. I'm actually pretty happy with that approach, man. We flew that pretty well. She's a handful, man, and I will say that, and I think that's what a lot of you are going to notice when you first pick up this airplane tomorrow. If you do, she is a handful. I truly mean that. You guys know I have thousands of hours in these simulators, thousands of hours flying these airplanes. This is a handful, and I remember that slightly from when the Rotate MD-11 came out, and I had it for X-Plane. But oh my god, dude. She is a handful. You better be prepared for it, man. This airplane will make you work. Definitely will make you work. But I love it. That's what I love about it. SLR with the 5 gifted members. Thank you for the support, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make it so that you were able to understand when it came to the add-on linker. But as I mentioned, man, go check out some of the videos and tutorials up online. They will definitely help you far better than I can. Thank you for the 5 gifted members. I appreciate you. Of course, huge thank you to Dazza as well. Dazza, I wish you all the best, man, with everything. I firmly believe you'll be able to get yourself something going here in the near future, man. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you for the support, and I completely understand, man. I completely understand. Don't you worry about that. I get it, man. Thank you, dude. Looking forward to all the awesome streamers flying this beauty. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun to see how bad. Like I said, man, she's a handful, dude. It wouldn't surprise me if you see some 500, 600, 700 foot per minute landings tomorrow when this aircraft releases and everybody gets their hands on her. Because, yeah, dude, she's a handful, man. She is a handful. And I mean that in, like, the best way possible. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to fly this aircraft. And I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I have flying it over the last couple days. We're going to be back on Thursday, and we're going to be back doing some more cargo ops on Thursday. And then that's going to kind of set up the weekend for us to do some long hauls. But yeah, Thursday, be prepared for more cargo ops in the MD-11. I'd like to do some Louisville turns with the UPS MD-11 as well. I got some liveries set up as well, so that'll be a lot of fun. APU is on and available. Lights are off. We're looking good. Let me stop the recording just in case anything gets all screwed up. We'll stop the recording. We'll go engine number 1, 3, and 2 all to the off position. We will go upstairs. Seatbelt signs and no smoking go off. Emergency exits go off. Logo light can go off. Beacon light can go off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, 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 my friends. 55 minutes on the flight time. Yeah, it just does flight time. It's a little weird, but 55 minutes on the flight time. I think that's exactly what we were scheduled at. 57, we're 2 minutes early. Absolutely beautiful, my friends. I had a ton of fun today. I really, really, really hope you guys did as well. Flaps and spoilers and all that fun stuff is cleaned. That was absolutely amazing. What was our landing rate on that one? A 307, but way better on the G rating. So, albeit maybe a little bit heavier on the foot per minute, definitely way better on the G rating. So I'm happy with that one, to be honest with you. I think that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Like I said, it's very different, man. It's a very different aircraft. Be prepared for that, especially with how heavy it is on the back end. My first landing was just horrendous. I was trying to put the nose down and I was trying to fly the nose wheel down, but because it's so heavy, every time you add a little bit of back pressure, the nose just wants to go like that, which is cool because that's exactly how you would expect the aircraft to behave as well, right? Because it is so ass end heavy. So anyways, friends, had a ton of fun today. I hope you guys did as well. Again, if you haven't done so, do me a huge favor. Don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. The amount of support and the amount of love in the channel over the last week has just been absolutely incredible. So thank you, everybody, all the new subscribers, all the new members, everybody that's helping donate, sponsoring the channel. Appreciate you guys big time, man. Thank you, everybody, for all the support this week. Absolutely insane, man, if you think about it. We started on Wednesday. We're now Monday. We haven't stopped. We've done like 7-8 hour flights, 6.5 hour flights, 5 hour flights, and then of course wrapping it up nice and sweet with some SoCal ops today in the pre-release, which should be releasing tomorrow for you guys, which I'm so excited. I know there's a lot of people really looking forward to picking this aircraft up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to panel state. We're going to go ready to fly. We're going to flip that on. We're going to give that a second. It's going to turn all the engines on and get everything ready to go. And then what we can do is we'll go ahead and set flaps 35 for replay, and I'll also arm the ground spoilers, and we'll bump that to that position there as well. Good, cool. Let's give that a few. We'll let the engines get spooled up and started, and then we'll be able to take this bad boy for our replays. Let me go upstairs. I think all of the lights are on. Logo lights are on. High intensities are on. Yeah, cool. Everything's on upstairs as well, so we should be able to watch our replay, and we'll be able to take a look at how she goes. Cap needs a nap now. Listen, I will say this, man. The next 2 days are going to be... I haven't even seen my fiance, dude. So just picture that, right? Like, I haven't seen my fiance in like 2.5 weeks. I was sick with COVID. She was sick. She had an emergency surgery right before I left for the expo. I was gone at the expo for a week. So it's, yeah, a lot of things that, you know, I'm going to very much chill out over the next couple days and kind of just enjoy life for a little bit and hang out to the farm with Daisy and see all the animals and horses and cats and obviously the fiance and have some great food and some great dinners. It's going to be awesome. Fucking H8, dude. Jesus Christ. All right, let's hit the replay button. Let's watch the replay. Here we go. Coming in. We're going to pause the replay. We're going to bring this forward. We're going to watch it from right about there. That should be good. We're going to trim it. We're going to start here. Yes, we'll resume the replay. Sweet. All right, let's go to the outside. Let's have a look-see and see how this landing went, friends. I mean, that just looks absolutely incredible. from 1,000 feet up. I'm going to take this time now to thank my mods, my donators, and my sponsors. Thank you all so much for everything that you do for the channel. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. Seriously, thank you all very, very much to everybody who helps contribute to the channel. You guys are absolutely awesome. To everybody else that doesn't and can't donate with a monetary value, but donates with your time, your effort, being here in streams, hanging out with me, smashing down that thumbs up button, I want to thank you guys just as much, man. You guys are absolutely incredible. I am, again, so excited for many of you that will be flying this aircraft tomorrow. It is excellent. I really do enjoy it. Just please go in with a fresh mind and just realize that this is a very different aircraft. So if something may feel odd, something may feel different to you, just remember that it is a old dinosaur, and it is so ass end heavy. I don't think a lot of us have a lot of experience, and myself included, flying aircrafts, tri-jets with this much weight on the back end. So your first couple landings may not be the best. They may not be the ones that you write home, but I promise, man, you will enjoy this aircraft. It is really, truly a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You can see how she comes in there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Maybe a little bit high on the pitch on that one, but not bad at all. You can see the nose down super gently. See how it kind of like the nose wheel just kind of wants to keep flying? There she goes, man. There she goes. Absolutely beautiful. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. I actually want to see here for a second. I feel like we came awfully close to a tail strike on that. So I kind of want to just, I'm going to go out back. I want to see how exactly close we are. Just so I can know as well for like my flaring technique. Am I flaring too much? Am I not flaring enough? This was flaps 30 as well. So you can see into the flare, Ah, that was perfect. We could even flare it just a little bit more. Listen to the tire screech on that bad boy, man. Holy shit. This thing is a handful, dude. She is so much damn fun, man. I think you guys are going to have a great time. That looked like a great landing to me. I'm super happy for an MD-11. Like we said, we all know how these things tend to land. I'm super happy with that one, friends. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Guys, enjoy the replays. Have yourselves a wonderful start to the week. To all my Canadians, please stay safe, drink responsibly, travel responsibly, and all that fun stuff. It is Canada Day. I know a lot of us will be having some beverages and some extra smokies today. Appreciate everybody being here, man. Thank you all so much. Could have flared it a little bit more on that one. Didn't bounce it. Very happy with that landing. Very, very happy with that landing, friends. Cool. Guys, next time you'll see me will be, there's the nose wheel coming down. The next time you'll see me will be on Thursday, and we will be back in the MD-11. Hopefully, it being fully released for you guys and us being able to do, I want to hopefully see a bunch of MD-11s with me flying on Thursday, because that's going to be a lot of fun. 2 streams on Thursday. We've got the afternoon stream. We're probably going to go fly this in Europe, maybe do some retro Lufthansa cargo ops or something like that, because I don't think Lufthansa is flying this anymore, but I want to do some Lufthansa ops cargo, because that could be badass. And then Thursday we'll probably fly in to Toronto in the evenings. We'll do a FedEx flight into Toronto for Thursdays in Toronto, because I really want to take this into Toronto as well. Guys, enjoy the replays, enjoy the outro tunes. Appreciate every single person that comes to hang out to the streams. Thank you for all the support this weekend. Again, crazy amount of subscribers. I think we gained like 300 or 400 subscribers this weekend alone. So absolutely incredible. Appreciate y'all. Have a great start to the week. Catch y'all on Thursday. See ya.